We are live. Sorry about the lateness, everybody. Hope everyone's still hanging out. Not sure, but it is Saturday morning on a Thanksgiving weekend. I just had a longer night than normal, but I am ready to go, and I'm here. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving with their family. Let me pop up the chat here and get things going. If you like the content that I provide, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Join the Telegram group in the link below. We also have multiple links that help the channel, such as referral links to 3 Commas, TradingView, Binance, and more. Small Business Saturday. This is Life's Business. Show some support. Thanks, man. Then buy some Life merch. Everyone hit that like button, then buy some merch. Thank you guys so much, man. It's really good. Merch incoming. Small Business Saturday, people represent. Show live for some love. Good morning, people. Set my alarm extra real for this. Love all the information given. Let's surprise the lifer with 100% likes. Everyone hit that like button. Thank you guys so much for coming in, and then I'm late, right? It's funny, hilarious. But let's see what's going on if you're still around. The lifer is here, and I'm going on. Now, what if you set that? It's always time. Honestly, time to buy gold, man. When gold is like not being looked at closely, when people are walking away from it, I think that's really when you want to start buying gold. What's up, BSSO Swap? So let's get into it. Let's start the day with Bitcoin. Now, the first thing I want to look at is the daily on Bitcoin. The daily has a cross, right? But you can see that the MACD is turning. There's a chance that this turns pink soon. We get pink bars, and this actually changed. You can also, I'm not sure. We never know. There's never, you never know. Look, this MACD went perfect, and then we had another red hill. We also see this is curving. Also, in a bull market, we really don't get below 50, and we're sitting here at about 55. So let's see, though. So ever since we started our run up here from 11,000, you can see we really haven't been below 50. When we had 12K and we had these issues, no one was really sure exactly what the high was. This really confirmed the demand for Bitcoin. I believe this is really the halving priced in finally. I think it takes a while for us to see the value of the halving. I think that's kind of something that occurred. That's what happened. So let's get this guy. Hey, there I am. So, hey, a lot of people do it without showing their face at all, man. I just felt like, you know what? I love my face, man. So I'm going to show my face. My wife's like, hey, you should always show your face. So there you go. The 3-day. Now, we have a cross coming with the first pink bar. Now, the only strange thing I see about it is normally we get a nice cohesive movement up and down. Up and down. And here we have the up, but see how it adjusts that step pretty far down? It's pretty weird. That's a little weird thing. That shows me maybe it's more abrupt. And we could come back down to this line. See? We came back down here when we hit 10,000, and we could come back there again. Another thing is we always test the 21-day moving average. As you can see that, especially on these larger time frames, it's far more important. So you can see we have these moving averages, and we come down low, right, during the pandemic. We come back up. We test it. We never really fully go below it, but we do test it. So what I'm trying to say is that we have to eventually test this 21-week moving average. It's only a matter of time, and then we need to bounce off of it. Now, if I take you back to the 2017 bull market, okay, which is right around here, and you can see we came to test it just like here. So we boomed up. We got really high away from the 21-week. You knew we had to come test it. Sometimes we go sideways and this would come up. That would have let us know that the bull market was continuing, but it started to come down towards the 21-week moving average. When that happened, we tested it. When we tested it, we broke. And when we broke, you can see that's when we went down, down, down. So interesting thing to show you guys also is this trend watch. I keep bringing it up, and it's the weighted moving average. The 144 weighting moving average with the simple 4 moving average, which just holds the price, honestly. The simple is the moving average of the price. And if you change, I keep messing up because it came in on the wrong input. So you put 144 week moving average on the weighted, okay? You throw that to about the 2 hour. And I'm going to show you a little trick that I bring up a lot on the show. But when Bitcoin breaks this line, okay, like right here, it broke, it starts to go up. It tested it, it broke it starts to go up. But whenever it breaks this line, it's usually when it goes down. Especially, let's check out the 1 hour, okay? And look, we broke this line up here, okay? And when we break this line, it's a downtrend for Bitcoin. Now we need to get back to it. You can see here we broke it. Are you okay? Jesus, the last thing I want to hear is my daughter saying, ow. So this breaks the line, and it comes all the way down. Bitcoin goes down. It goes down pretty far. Here we break the line, but we snap back. We get saved, right? But you can see every time we break this line, it's pretty significant of a drop for Bitcoin. So we drop here. There's a nice 10% drop, right? Even the small ones when we break, and it happens like right when we break this line. So you can obviously see that somebody's watching this line like I am, and it seems to really look. The second we break this line, this is really strange, but look, guys, I'm not the only one doing this. This is the indications of what's going on. So second we break this line, nice dump. Second we break this line, nice dump. We broke this line, dump. We come back, we break this line again, huge dump, right? That was the beginning of the fall of Bitcoin. And you could, wow, you know what's funny? I never pointed this out to anybody, and I never saw it before. But if we look at Bitcoin, right, this would have told you it was time to get out of the trade. Simple pattern trading, shoulder, head, and a shoulder. If you didn't get out here, and if we go to like the 30-minute, 15-minute, we probably have a double top too. And double tops tell you to get out. So if you studied your patterns and you trust them like the back of your hand, right, I really truly believe that you would have been able to get out at the pretty close to the highs for Bitcoin. And like even this is a double top. And if we bring up to the template, you're going to see that there was bearish divergence back then. You know, right here, we have a swing up to a swing up. And so if you always take your money at bearish divergence, like you just get in the habit of when you see it closing the trade out. If you do that more and more, I just feel like the odds of you getting selling or buying a real top in a blow up market are a lot higher, because you're going to be in the habit of doing the right thing over and over again. So now let's take a look at Bitcoin. After I gave you guys a little bit of a lesson there. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin on the regular template here. Now I tell you, the daily, as we looked at the daily, now the daily could be done rolling over, or it could roll over some more. We're kind of at a standstill right now, okay? I'm going to show you another trick. If you stay tuned, I'm going to show you one more trick why we may be getting rejected right now. And I'm going to give you an example of why and how and what else is going on. Now here's my trajectory for Bitcoin if it does so fall all the way back to this line here of support. We also have support here at 14,114. We also have some strong support here, the same place where we peaked but came back down at 17,200. So we break 17.2. You can see there's a pretty good gap down all the way back to 14. We moved through there pretty fast. So that's just something we got to look at. Now the daily Stokes are set nice. Everything looks nice. Like Bitcoin's about to actually break out. That's how kind of the daily makes me feel. But once I throw the 3-day on there and we kind of move forward into the progression of these logarithmic oscillators, we see that Bitcoin's still kind of flatlining here, right? Now, if we check the 3-day, it doesn't really like to it usually goes up and down, up and down. It usually doesn't stay pinned up here too long. Also, this was about the highest it ever got. We had it seeing bounce and playing with this line, the dotted line at the 70 level. We got to see if Bitcoin breaks the 70 level. If it breaks the 70 level, we'll be fine. I mean, it may go down even more. So there you go. Show off that beautiful mug. Wake up. If we get 18.2, 18.4, believe 21K is coming. Yo, 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 yo. Yeah. Yeah, what's up, XRP Muser? All the way out in Costa Rica, man. It's really cool. It's beautiful. Beautiful times. So, the 3-day looks sketchy. Stokes want to move down. Last time the Stokes want to move down, we went down here. Last time the Stokes went down, We took a little fall there. Last time the Stokes was down, we took that huge pandemic fall. Here's another one. Every time the Stokes are up here on the 3-day, they align with a fall. And we got the cross here. I really truly believe this is just a daily giving us some room to breathe. These are your last chances, maybe. I don't know why. I've never been bearish on Bitcoin. I'm always just like, go, 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 you know? So the 4 hour says we're about to break out of this, whatever we're in here. So let's go to the 1 hour and take a look. So again, the 3-day still cautioning us that there's going to be a pullback. If we stay on the 3-day, there's caution of a pullback. Now, we came up here and we hit 17,400. We got rejected. We came up, we hit 17,400. We got rejected. We're here again. If we break 17,400, there's a big chance that we keep moving up, okay? Now, I do see, you know, a death cross on the 1 hour. The 50 just crossed the 200-day moving average. And you're going to see the 50 cross the 21 as well. This is a good sign that the 21 is peaking back up. But if the 21 decides not to make it across other moving averages, we're going to be in for a problem. So as you can see, as the 21 moves up, that begins the move. That begins what's going on. And it's a little different when we're below the 200. So we got to take you to a place where we're below the 200 moving average. Kind of compare these areas. Give you an example of what's happening. So here we are below the 200-day moving average. And being below the 200-day moving average is super important that we get through the other moving averages. Price has to make it through. If price gets rejected, like here it got rejected pretty close to, here it got rejected by the 200, and here it's getting rejected by the 80. It's having some trouble. So we got to watch what's going on right now. It's looking similar to this, how we hit places but kind of chopped around. Let's go back into the present now. Like, is this your last chance to sell Bitcoin at a good, decent price at 17.4? Or is Bitcoin on its way to rip? Now, I have bearish and bullish tones. So this is the bearish tone. I think we could be in a falling wedge. And now it peaked out, but I could extend it as well. I also see a bit of a rounded bottom though, right? Those are bullish. Whenever I see a rounded bottom, I'm starting to get pretty bullish here. So we see this. Okay. Boom. Interesting. If we flip this, now if we get rid of this work and we do some new work, we're going to see too that we're also in a pennant here that's breaking out. So that's a pennant that broke out. To me, there's a target there because every single shape has a target. And that puts us right here. It even could get us all the way, you know, back to that previous support region, in my opinion. But if we get as high as that, then right here, we could hit like this previous resistance and support at 18,000. So Bitcoin could go to 18,000 right now. The 1 hour says we're pretty kind of overextended though. You see we had one hill, two green hills. Here's our third green hill. We're also rolling over on the stochastics. Here we rolled over, we came down. Here we rolled over, we came down. That also coincides with us getting rejected by 17,400. So you can see that this stochastic may turn on us. It is flaring up though, as you can see. See these flare-ups? But that's usually when the peak begins to curve us down. That's, look, stochastics are pretty much at their resistance point. And that's true. These lines actually do have support and resistance points, you know. Shout out to Marfro. Thank you so much for joining in. Abzilla. Appreciate that. Hope you're having a wonderful morning on this Saturday. Hope everyone's doing great, man. Okay, cool. So yeah, so that could happen to Bitcoin. Now it's also, we also could see it go to the downside. Now to me, it already broke out of the triangle though, so that's good. This is a positive news. Okay. Now if it broke out to the downside, and we would now let's say it didn't break out. Let's build a new scenario and say that it's just doing this. It hasn't broken out. To me, it looks like it has. But let's say it hasn't, and it's just doing this. And it's very interesting that it can't break 17,400. This is a big deal for me. If Bitcoin can't break 17,400, to me, it might as well be at 15K. I mean, that's the line in the sand for Bitcoin. We take the 1 minute to see what, like, you know, the 1 hour shows you that we're hitting that line, but the 1 minute is the battleground. It shows you what's really happening at the line, you know. And as you can see, like, did we really break the line or not? Technically we did, but we're getting rejected yet again. Moving averages are curving down. some bearish signs too is we have bearish divergence. We have swing up, right? And then we have pretty big bearish divergence too, starting right here. So you can see it starts like right down there. Or you could say, actually, you know what? When you're on the 1 minute, this is actually something I pointed out the other day to somebody. So here's the bearish divergence right here. And that's it playing out. Then it played out, and I feel like we kind of are back up here again, you know? So now they're in a line. So once the RSI lined up, down, up, down, down, up, a little bit of a double top and down. That's kind of a double top too as well, even though you don't recognize it. You see it here on the RSI. We probably would see one if we went into like the 30-second or the 5-second. It might break it down smaller. Now, this is telling us we're actually about to have a pump too in the 1 minute. So if this 1 minute crosses on the MACD and we still can't get above 17,400, there's something wrong. There's something going on with Bitcoin. It's having an issue getting through this same area. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So again, going over Bitcoin, it's very hard to really tell you exactly what I think is going to happen. But I showed you that it's possible that we're in this channel and we're on the way down. I started kind of get negated as we had Bitcoin create higher lows here on the 4 hour. So Bitcoin's up. We're also getting wicks. Wicks tell us a story that there's buy pressure coming. Are they bull trapping us? We're not sure. So the 4 hour is finally getting a cross right now. Important to see. So with this cross, we should see a surge in Bitcoin at least, right? Look at the last cross here. We got even when things were kind of heavily inflated, we got pumped up from about 18,000 all the way to 19,200. So if we should get pumped up past this breaking point, if we can't break 17,400, especially with the MACD cross here, expect the more bearish tones. Okay, so we're kind of playing it by ear today. We have two targets. One is 14,600. One is about, back to 18K, and then we'll see where we can go from there. Now, again, I keep warning you, the weekly is looking overextended, and the daily and the 3-day is looking overextended. The monthly just probably wants to do its thing. Now, let's take a look. We're seeing a little bit of an altcoin season today. ADA having a big day. Cardano. Okay, now that's interesting. If you can see that Cardano is in the same exact, it had its run up, it came down. Now, Cardano looks just like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin hit 17K, 17K, 17.4K, 17.4K, and then Cardano is this telling us that this is what Bitcoin is going to do? That's interesting, right? So Cardano breaks it out of this somewhat of a head and shoulder pattern, an ugly one. You have your head, left shoulder, and then a large right shoulder. That's a complex inverted head and shoulder, in my opinion, and it played out exactly where it should have. How do you get the target of that? Well, you find the head, which has to be here. You bring the neckline to the head, and then you bring that up. And we broke support. We got rejected at 17.6, but this is really strong for Cardano. Charles does a lot of talks too. Said he might run for president in 2024. He had a really good comment. I watched his, on Thanksgiving, he had like a little video. And I watched his video. I like to tune into Charles. I like his PSA, so to speak. And, he was saying, we live with the flu. 60,000 people die of the flu a year. And we live with that. We're okay with that. Everyone gets up and goes to work for that. Now we're losing people to this other virus. But, he says, at what point, he says, will you vaccinate everybody? And he says, you're not going to vaccinate everybody. There's going to be some people with autoimmune. There's going to be some people who can't. So there's going to be a portion of the population that are just unable to get the vaccine. Okay? So you go from there. Now we keep going, and we find that that if you can't vaccinate the entire world, then at what point, at what percentage do we have? So we have to vaccinate the weak. We have to vaccinate the people that could be hurt. We have to vaccinate the people that may be on the front lines. And then after that, at what point, his question was, do we go back to normal? At what point do we say enough is enough? At what point do we just agree that we've done what we can and we go back to regular life? He's basically saying enough is enough. He's not saying there's a conspiracy at all, but what he was saying was the smartest way to say this is how many people need to be vaccinated for us to keep going forward. It's a great question, and we need to ask everybody, like, what is the number? What's the number? How many people do we need to vaccinate for us to move forward? Because we're not going to get 100% of the people to vaccinate, and even if we did that with authoritarian rule, some people are going to go hide in Antarctica. Some people will do anything they want to stop, unless we start putting them in concentration camps and stuff, and that's crazy. So please hit the like button for Small Business Saturday. Really appreciate it. Shout out to everybody in here. Sagru, Monaco. We got some new people. Awesome, man. It's really cool. Shout out to Sergu Mokanu. What's up with Nano today? This guy is a Nano fiend. All he wants to do is know about Nano. Interesting. Yeah, start sending me your tickers. Let me know what's going on with you guys. XRP up was a great play last night. Breaking out of this. Boom. Boom. 33.7. See, it broke down out of this head and shoulder pattern. Strange pattern, actually. Not even a head and shoulder because you have a higher shoulder. Just multiple. I guess they call it a triple top. The Trinity. The Jesus of COVID research. John Hopkins released and removed immediately a report showing the death rate in the U.S. is no higher than normal. In fact, it's lower. Right? Like, is that... Anyway, we'll get into the end. At the end, we'll kind of get into some other topics once we get into all this stuff. Let's just take care of dominance. And then it's Saturday, guys. We can hang. We can hang for a second at the end and just kind of vibe. Mitch Ray does it. I like how he does that. He goes over the TA, he gets the business, and then, it's chill. Especially on a Saturday, maybe not on a regular day. But if we take out this is Bitcoin dominance, okay? Now we'll look at my 12-hour chart for Bitcoin dominance. You can see I had it in this big channel, something like this. And I think we'll go to the 3-day even. And it should just keep falling, hopefully, as altcoins continue to rip. It bounced back up in here, but, it's still in the middle of a pattern. It can just do whatever it wants until it gets above a pattern or down a pattern. We're in a good spot. So glad you don't have all those effects going like Mitch Ray. Cool, man. I appreciate that. I want to have those effects. It's kind of like, but then it's like, is that a joint? Is that a joint? And so you see we also have a cross here in the 3-day for dominance. It's on the way down on the RSI, the MACD. It's lack of momentum here. This is a huge sign for altcoins. And you can see a lot of the big experts. And if you just kind of scan the YouTubes, altcoin season is coming. Altcoin season is coming. You can see it. Just scan the YouTube channels. You're going to see we believe altcoin season is coming upon us. Now, I keep thinking there's going to be one big drop. Now, Bitcoin may surprise us and not do what we think it's going to do. So interesting, right? So interesting. So dominance is actually still in a good spot, looking like it's going down. Let's look at total market cap, total 2. Basically, every morning you used to be watching these things yourself. You come to my channel, I give it to you straight. Really good, a really good way to start your morning if you're into crypto, because I'm giving you basically the environment of crypto in the first 10, 20 minutes of the show. Get you guys situated, get you going, because I'm thoughtful and I know that this is what you need and this is what is helpful. And I want to make sure that my time provided for you is valuable, and I want to make sure you get a lot of value out of the time that you provide to me. And that exchange creates value because you learn, I learn. I get the feeling of doing something good with my life. You get to progress, and then maybe we reciprocate the energy back and forth till the energy actually becomes immense. It grows. So that's kind of the exchange here on the channel that I'm going for. Now, if we look at the crypto total market cap, you can see we had this rounded bottom, very bullish. We came up, but we would come down and retest all the way. It's weird how I see a candle on a candle. Look at that. Okay, I knew I had something going on. So we came back and we would retest this area. Now, this was the high for the market cap. About 220 was where I thought we would hit. And how did I know that? Well, you just basically draw your patterns, and every pattern has a target. Here's our pattern that the market cap was in. And this is the total market cap with Bitcoin. And boom, it's insane how we hit the line to the T. Like, that's just nuts to me. But as long as you're doing your targets like I'm doing, you may be off by like a little tiny bit. So 220 billion to me was the top. We came back down, but look at the boom back up. To me, now we can run some voodoo on this. It looks like we might go sideways here. While certain alts go up, certain alts go down, but we keep our market caps pretty solid. XRP doesn't break 50. You know, a lot of these big wins stay big wins. You know, wow, bright sunny day. That sun is pouring in. Get my vitamin D. Amazing. So 193. So I think that's going to be the new, right here. I'm going to put a line here as new support. So if we break 193, it's sad. We may actually, the market cap may come back down to 163. So this is all the alts excluding Bitcoin. So sorry, this is total too. This isn't Bitcoin. This is just the alts. Now if we go to total, that is ripping way higher, right, to 516. Now let's look at the high for total. The high for total was 595. So we did basically almost hit $600 billion market cap, which is like, that's absolutely insane. And only since then were we able to come back up. So we're going to use this as our next level of support. We really don't have much more to go on except, oh yeah, back here, look, another line's right there. Amazing. Look, I use the wick, and there it is. Previous resistance, new support. So we have support for the entire market cap at about $465 billion. That tells me that I can start loading up on some alts right now, because even if this loses 25%, right, you know, 10% of the market cap, it just tells me that I shouldn't get hurt too bad. Kind of start laddering into certain coins now using this strategy, okay? Link back to 1310, okay? Link in a funny way though, the 3-day also for Link kind of curving down, saying that, you know what, look at the last time the 3-day curve for Link. And you know what's funny is, look, we can kind of go back in time here. Look at Link on the 3-day. It had its pumped up, and then it got rejected, but it got bought back up. Look, bought back up. So you can see that you would think, oh, we're getting bought back up. This is great. But that, look, that's an engulfing candle. These two candles together engulf this candle. Now, it's not an engulfing candle, but you could slide this green candle into both these candles. It's kind of an idea, right? It's kind of an idea that something may play out and to the downside, right? I'm still not believing in this rally. I really don't. And I know it's because I sold Bitcoin, so I'm probably biased at this point, and I want to get back in at 14. So that's gonna kind of, you know, run me to want this. And I never sell Bitcoin, and this is why I don't do it. Because I don't like being bearish, honestly. And now I'm waiting for the bearishness, and it's affecting how I'm looking at altcoins a little bit. So remember your positions. Try to take yourself away from your positions. But when you're like selling a large amount of Bitcoin and you need to get back in, I tell my wife that's why I don't sell Bitcoin. I really don't. I know everyone's like, well, if you had sold it and bought it back, you could have made so much more Bitcoin, you know? But I tell people that the feeling of not having my Bitcoin that I worked so hard for, and the feeling of like just, you know, the Bitcoin not being there and having to get back is such a horrible feeling for me that it's almost like suffocating, you know? Because I believe in Bitcoin so much. So it's like hard for me to go against myself. I'm a little bit all or nothing. This is a huge deal right now. 1 hour, 17,400. We need to break it. If we break it, we're going to gap up easily up to 18,000 pretty fast. I got that warning. Now, let me take you to the Ichimuro cloud, okay? One other thing I want to show you is the Ichimuro cloud. And we're going to give you the cloud. I'll show you how to add the cloud. We're going to hit the indicators. Got into my favorites. Ichimoku. Now, check it out. We're in the cloud now on the 1 hour. Okay, we were supposed to get rejected by the cloud, and we didn't. So this is kind of a big deal to me now, showing us that there's a chance that we're turning bullish. Okay, so the cloud should have rejected us here, right there at that line, and we didn't. We broke into the cloud. If we can get to the other side of the cloud will become support. See how the cloud then becomes support. So this is a big deal. We also need to see the red line cross the cloud, right? When the red line crosses below the cloud, price goes down. And look, it's a good front running indicator. You see it crossed here, Bitcoin dropped way later. So this thing looks like it has a pretty good way of telling us the future. Now the line is curving here, it's on the line. If it curves back down, we'll know. So we're waiting for this Ichimoku cloud to break. If we break through the cloud, then we break through. So we're sitting here at a big resistance, 17,400, and it looks like we're about to break it now on the 1 minute. One minute is in a bullish pattern as well. But it's sad, right when we need to break resistance, you see that the MACD is rolling on us, right? This is where you know you have bullish or bearish sentiment. When the MACD turns, okay, right here, like it's turning, and you get a small, tiny little bearish wave, you know the momentum is in the buyer's favor, right? But when the MACD is turning down, right, especially, look, we got 15-minute Stokes on the top, and we have 15-minute Stokes on the top, and the 1 minute Stokes on the top. Now, I teach a leverage trading course, and when I teach it, I teach a little thing with the 15 and 01, and I'm not going to give it all away right now, but what I want to show is that when you see them locked up like that, that's a sign that you should short Bitcoin. Shorting at 17,400 looked like it would be a pretty easy play. And look, we got rejected pretty fast. Big rejection. Look at the big candle forming right here on the 1 minute. That was a fast rejection, and that's what I expected. I expected us to get rejected by 17,400. Now, this is now the third time we cannot get through this level. So, in my opinion, it's becoming the thorn in Bitcoin's side. This could be it. And we come down here. Look, we're going to break all the way back down to the pattern pretty fast, down to 17,340. Now we have to watch this pattern. If Bitcoin breaks this pattern, it's off. It's going down. Okay. So now, remember the old coin back in the day I used to trade, and it was called Nano. Okay. Nano is an oldie but a goodie. And if you don't know about Nano, let's teach you a little something about Nano. Okay. At $1.21, up 7% today. Let's see where you can find Nano. All the market pairs for you. You can find it on Binance, DigiFinex, Mercatox, which is a big exchange. A lot of different pairs. You have ETH pairs. You have Binance USD pairs, BUSD, Huobi. So, you know, it's known. It's a big coin. And let me teach you a little something about what happened to Nano. Now, this is a great, if you guys are new, if you weren't here during the bull market, you're not going to believe probably what I'm going to show you. But look, if we go all the way to Nano and we show you that its lifespan, okay, let me show you what happened to Nano. So we're going to take you back to the bull run of 2017. So here it is, August of 2017. And this is kind of where we're at now, guys. I just want you to know that. Like, things are heating up. You know, maybe we're in September kind of in that area. But look, Nano at 7.5 cents, a $10 billion market cap. That's really where you want to go. The volume, 143,000 that day. Nobody knew a damn thing about this coin except for the nerds, you know. So at 7.5 cents, it went up to 9.6 that day. That's like a basically 30% move. So you can see it's heating up. Now it stays at 10 million market cap, but within a month, that market cap has expanded on the 20s all the way by a third, right? It's gone from 10 to 15 million. And you see the price of Nano now holding a 10 cent. So you could have got in, look, in September around 6-7 cents. Now you can see Nano keeps moving. 22 cents, 32 cents, 82 cents now into December. And as the bull market went on, it would peak. Look at this, guys. You're not going to believe this. It would go all the way up to $29, okay? To a $3.5 billion market cap, $50 million in volume in that day. And look, 29.21. It was literally 7 cents. It went from 7 cents to $30, okay? This is what you're going to see in this bull run. I'm telling you. People say 40K, 40X. I'm telling you, you're going to see coins do things you would never believe. You would never believe. A $30 coin divided by 0.07 cents, a 428x. A 428x. If you would put $1,000 into this coin, okay, and if you would put it in just in September, okay, think about it, $1,000 in September or August even. Look, 5 cents. August 10th, you get into Nano for 5 cents. So you put $1,000, you divide it by 0.05, you get yourself 20,000 Nano, and then it goes to times 31.29. I saw at the high. You just turned $1,000 into $625,000, and you did it in 4 months. There's nothing like cryptocurrency in the history of the world. Even options trades that make thousands of percent, I mean, they go up like that, but who does them and how much money do they put on them? So now that was the bull run, okay? And it was fast, and it was a frenzy. Anything with a name, people were running in on, you know. And here's again, take your money. Look, we hit 31. We actually hit 34 on the high. 36 was the high. Unreal. And then after January 7th, January 6th, there was this big run up in all the coins. That was the day to sell every single coin. That was when my account was the highest it ever was. And then everything just, look at this, 16, 9, and we went into a bear market. A bear market. So remember, this thing is now, and now Nano, let's see if it ever really reached its lows. It really, look at Nano, one of the best coins here, because it never really went back down to 7 cents. You see that? Like where it began in the bull market. A lot of coins are back where they started in the bull market, literally. And so Nano holding $1 now, you can see this is probably a really good price for Nano. You know, circulating supply only 133,000 nanos. So that's a small circulating supply compared to a lot of other coins. Market cap and the volume only 17 million. Market cap at 161 million. Now, we want to look for the $10 million market cap. That's what we want to go for. See? So you're looking for things with that $10 million market cap because that's where the growth is. That's where you're going to 400x. You know, once it has around there, the chances of it going up very large are huge. So just to break down what happened in the bull run of 2017, that was just one of many coins. So if you weren't there, imagine buying something for $1,000 and it turning into $625,000 within a month, like 3 months, 4 months. I find that insane. I find it absolutely insane. Bitcoin breaking above 14,000, 17,400. So that is the line. So we got rejected on the 1 minute only to get blasted back up. Huge volume for Bitcoin. Continuing to do its thing. Going to tear. Got everybody stuck, right? Is it going up or is it going down? This says it's going up. If we just play the 1 minute pattern and we take the target, so Bitcoin can get all the way up to 18K right here. Look, 17,670 is this temporary target. So about 17,650 you could say is that mental target. So Bitcoin on a little bit of a pump today. Stochastics turning up, but they're high. 4 hour did have that cross. So wow, look. Look at that. Bing. The 4 hour has that big move. Not too much volume. You can see because it's the weekend. We get the small volume with the big push. That's what you're going to see a lot of, right? 18K, very close, man. Very, very close. There's a chance we get rejected at 18K and go further down. We don't know. Honestly, I got to keep trusting this 3-day. The 3-day says no way. 3-day says you're hot. You're in hot water right now. So, hey, but the 3-day could extend itself and get higher. There's a chance. If we keep extending ourselves in that fashion, there's only a matter of time till we go back further down, though. Because, like, that pump would be just, like, it would overextend itself. But, hey, man, there's the buying pressure for Bitcoin. Everybody wants in. hey, there's a chance, right? There's a chance that Bitcoin just keeps pumping. Right now, though, if we just look at it, it's in a downtrend, right? It's technically in a downtrend. Came back down to the moving average, though, the 21-day, which is important. You can see it bounces off that every time. So we need to hold that. Right now, we are holding it. It's a big thing. Yeah, I see 18K as a key level. If we get to 18.2, 18.4, I believe in 21 and even 23K. Yeah, can we break out of this? Could be in this, and we could just be turning right down, right? This could be it. But we'll see, man. We'll see. It is rare that we just go down and up like that. You know, that's a pattern that I'd never really seen. Yeah, I guess there's one, though. We kind of did it here, and then we kind of went on. But could do something like this and say that's the pyramid that it's in. Watch Bitcoin break this level. I mean, it says it's going to fly, right? MACD cross coming. This is where I would make a big trade on Bitcoin, honestly. 1 minute and the 15-minute are not aligned, though. You know. So a lot of shady news going on today. You see Libra coming out. The leverage trading is amazing. Loving the 15-to-1. Great mentor. I will be scheduling another session soon. Look at that, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, the people I've been giving the leverage trading course to, I feel like they're doing, I hope you're doing well. You know, as long as you're consistent and you're disciplined. No way. Bitcoin dumps fast. Ready. Man, next. Bitcoin warning to all holders. Watch fast. Yeah. Everyone loves that clickbait crap. Boom. This guy streamed for 11 hours. That's hilarious. You guys are crazy, man. So, yeah, I think there's new buyers for Bitcoin. Okay. There's just, we're breaking that level of 17,400 that I said was a big deal. See? Right here now. This line is huge. We hit it here. We hit it here. We're hitting it here. We really need to break it. We need to break it. This is it. We kind of broke it. But I want to see some more candle movement above the entire, and I want us to gap up. And you can see there's the gap. It's an easy gap. What I mean by easy gap is the price went down fast. We should kind of move back up fast. Big move for Bitcoin. Boom, right here. Up 3%, 2.9%. And there it goes, man. That's substantial to me. If it hits 17.5, then I'm going to be happy with that move. And there it goes. So I think we're going to break out now and go to 18K. For sure. Without a doubt. And we're going to see other movement in the coins. Look, Aave, everything should just break out with Bitcoin today, you know? Have a huge day. Let's look at the 4 hours for a lot of these coins. So the 4 hour looks good here on ADA. 4 hour looks good on every single coin. It's insane. Look, they all are having a cross and a move. Everything is up. Atom making a big move back to 551. Breaking out of this triangle that it was in. So everything just broke out. 522 to 5. You know, everything is breaking out on the 4 hour. Using that 4 hour cross. AXS is up 14%. BAL back to 13. Band at 590, touching that $6 region yet again. BAT. Is this the fake out to pull you guys back in? Only to run the table on us all and fleece us. Make people think, oh, I'm going to load my bags at the right time. This is where I should start loading up. And then bring the market back down. We see these double bottoms on every single coin. Bluezell, BNB, BNT. It's amazing. Bitcoin up is up 5%. And now look at Bitcoin sitting at 17,500. So we broke that level. Extremely important that we broke that level of support and resistance at 17.5. And now we're going even more. We could rip up pretty fast here. We did get sold down on the 1 minute. A little bit of rejection, but that's okay. People taking profits at 17,005, and they actually got to 17,530. 533 on the dot there. Interesting. So yeah, so the 4 hours got us. The 1 hour says we may roll over, but you know what? It could extend. It could just keep extending up. So you're not sure. 4 hours looking good as well. So Bitcoin, man, strong move up to 17,400. This is actually where it should blast. Take this level here of this line, bring it up to the neckline. That puts Bitcoin even breaking out of this double bottom at $18,787. So crazy day for Bitcoin, man. Absolutely insane movement. And nice to see it come. It went all the way down to 16,100. That was kind of its line. And if you think about it, that's a very healthy retrace. All the way down from 19K down to 16K. I mean, that's a nice 16%. And I said, remember when I did the other video, and I was showing you Bitcoin likes to retrace between 16 and 24%. Do you think Bitcoin is going to 18.5 in the next couple days? If that gets 18K, I believe 20 to 23K. XRP to $1 if it passed 64 to 64 cents, in my opinion. What crypto are you looking to increase positions on at the bottom of this downtrend? I got a question for you, Sam. Link. You know, I finally sat with myself, and I actually was even talking to a subscriber yesterday, and I was going over, you know, what coins you need, you know, and I'm going to be making like 10 coins to 10 million in 2021 video coming up. And it's hard. It's really hard to decide. I'll be honest. Everyone's going to have a different view. Like this guy here, he's all about his nano. You know, nano. He knows nano's the one. It's going to be nano. You know, he's just stuck on nano. It's got to be nano. So, I'm into Cardano. I'm into XRP. Like everyone kind of falls in love with these coins. And, yep. I took another, man. Yeah, I got to keep doing this 1 minute scalping strategy. Yeah. Jesus. 2,000%? That's insane, dude. Someone made 2,000% on that. That's insane. Entry at 46. His mark price is 75. That's just absolute. For 75x, made 2,000%.
How much that was up me?
That's insane. Now, that's the biggest one I've ever seen. The biggest one I've ever seen. He probably used $10. That's the thing, though, you know? So it was like, Anyway, what I was talking about is what coins I want, right? So here's the plan. It's my plan. I broke it down with one of my subs, and I said, okay, if you have access to $50,000, I think you should put $7,500 in Bitcoin, $2,500 in IOST, $10K in ETH, $10K in Link, $5K in Band, $5K in Atom, $4,500 in DOT and VeChain, and that's it. I mean, that's like, you know, so Link, Atom, Band, IOST, VeChain, and DOT. That's kind of my group, man. That's my group. I think if I keep with that group, the world will be at my fingertips. I'd be able to kill it with that. So, yeah. And I'm sure there's 100 other coins that I could be in. I'm not saying that your project isn't the best, and I'm not saying I probably would make more money in something else. I like Tezos, but everyone has to cut off. See, you guys ask me for advice, but you have to remember that I'm eventually I only have so much money, right? Like, no matter who I am, I only have so much money. Like, I can't own it all. And I'll be honest, I bought Tezos long time ago at the ICO. I've been holding Tezos forever. I scaled out around $4 a long time ago. So Tezos has been up and down. If you look at Tezos' history, it's had its own kind of movement, and it's been way higher than it is now. So I've already kind of had my deal with Tezos. Got into very, very small for pennies, and I sold for $4. I've already like 100x my money with Tezos. I really don't see the need to touch it anymore. You get what I'm saying? Like, once you make a huge killing on a coin, it's like, okay, yeah, I know you can make now another 100x on Tezos, but now I want to put that money somewhere else. I could show you a Facebook post from 2016. which I don't like using Facebook and I don't go on it ever. But just to prove to you guys how long I've been in the game and who you're dealing with as the crypto lifer, I'm going to show you the message. And I met someone in the street that told me about Bitcoin. He told me about Ethereum and Bitcoin. He basically broke it all down for me. He sat with me for an hour in 2014, something like that. And he told me everything. And basically, so I just want to see, I never go on Facebook ever. So like, I don't know where my messages are. I can't stand it. I really can't stand it. Where are the, oh yeah, so here's messages, right? So look, this is going to blow your mind. So you search the messenger for this guy named Amit. What is his name? Amit? What was his name? How could I forget now? No. I haven't had that many messages with people. Damn, now I've like drawn a blank because I'm tired or something. Wonder, can you look up like Tezos? Anyway, I asked him what project I should buy, and this is in 2014 or 15, and he's like, Tezos. You should buy Amir, right? Amir Chetri. This guy. So check it out. We go back. Okay? Look at this. This is no lie. Look, this is no lie. 6/12/2017. So this is June. This is June of 2017. So you buy tokens in Bancor. See this? Look. I want to show you this. I'm on it. Hold on. Let me move this away. So check out this chat. Okay. This is June 17th of 2017. Ether could hit 1,000. Okay. Mining no good. He says Ether could hit 1,000. This is what he's telling me on June of 2017. At the time, Ether is like a very, very tiny coin, right? Ether could hit 1,000, but lots of downside risk. Right? Look at this. He's like, I started it, bro. It was $8. I was like, you told me Ethereum before anyone knew a thing. It was $8. This guy told me about Ethereum at $8 in the street. I met him in the street. He told me I should buy Ethereum at $8. He goes, I started it, bro. So sick. Coinbase is easy. I don't believe it's real. Coinbase is taking over 2 weeks. I was trying to get into Coinbase. They wouldn't open up. I said it. You were down to earth and real, and you spoke with relaxed clarity. What's your next play? I asked. He goes, Kick, Tezos, Bancor, small stuff. So he's telling me about these things a long time ago. I'm actually short on the market generally. You short sell? No. Don't invest a lot. Just not holding alts that much. Maybe a little bit. So he knew how to trade alts back then. He knew about the cycles. This guy, I want to buy Tezos ICO, but I'm afraid I won't be set up in time. So he eventually got me into the Tezos ICO. Tezos is good. Zencash, Kick is good. See this? Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's funny, man. The rules are different for each one. No rules for Tezos. Try. Ask yourself, if you had cash in hand, would you buy Bitcoin Cash right now? Ask yourself, is there a better investment? Also, if you're planning to hold long term, ask yourself, what is the likelihood there would be a better buying opportunity for Bitcoin Cash, i.e. lower price? Anyway, so this guy was schooling me back in the day. I met him in the street. So yeah, this has been a long time coming for me. And I think Tezos is an amazing project. I actually wish I could have it in my, and you know what? Maybe I'll throw $500 into Tezos at one point. I'm sure I'll probably get a bag of it, just because I have to. But there's a point where I just can't hold every single coin in the game, right? Like, impossible. None of us can. All of us eventually have to have our limits of where we think we're going to be done getting these coins. So now Bitcoin at 17,700. Was this a fake out? Is it going to keep continuing up to 8K? Look up into We Nano app. Can pick up some free nano if in the right area. Okay, cool, man. Awesome. I'll check that out. The We Nano app. We'll check that out. It's kind of like the We app for We Nano. Kind of like the Chinese version, maybe something like that. Quick sell off there at 17.7. We went all the way up to 17,750. So strong. Come back down, but that's good for Bitcoin, right? Showing strong support. So we went over Bitcoin. We went over Bitcoin dominance. Any tickers you want me to check for you guys? What's going on in the market? Do you think Bitcoin is going to 18.5 in the next couple days? Honestly, if it gaps up, it will. This has been a very hard prediction for me. Earlier, I could say 10.6. We're going to 11. It was easy for me to kind of give the movement here as we saw Bitcoin change. I was able to establish a trend change. Now, it's super important. Look, we just got to see what happens with the moving averages. So you can go to earlier moving averages and you can see they're crossing now. Kind of tells me that other moving averages will cross. We're getting very bullish here on the 1 minute. This is the trade you wanted right here. Get in on this dip and you ride through the moving averages. Had a little bit of an issue, but we had a double bottom and we continue to move. Yeah, man, thank you so much for bringing Nano to the table. We now know that you're a Nano guy, but don't be all in on too many coins, guys. Like, you have 10K, don't put 10K in Nano. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my opinion. Spread it around, you know. Give it some love. Spread some love around, you know. So just being patient right now and not believing what I'm seeing. I'm believing there has to be a bigger pullback. A veteran trader, been in the game this long, I just don't see how Bitcoin is not going to pull back a little bit, even in this downtrend that it's in. It's very interesting to me. Sold Nano yesterday. I've been holding it since July. Nice job, man. Thank you very much, Summer. Appreciate it.
Welcome.
You look wonderful.
Thank you, Daddy.
Hair's beautiful, Summer. Oh, I love you.
Love you.
You're a nice, sweet little girl, huh? What's going on, Tiago? Shout out to everyone on the stream today. Jesse B, Chris Waz, this person, Serguu Mokanu. If I'm saying that right, let me know. Serguu? Or is it Sergai? BS Social Swap, XRP Muser. Jesse B again, because you always throw in so many comments. You get 2 shout-outs. BS Social Swap, you too. This person, Morafro. I hope I always say that right. Tiago Cruz, man, my man. Siliqua got a nice swing. Cool, man. Wow, so we came back down and then we get rejected at 17,700. Come all the way back down to 17.6 really fast. Take your money. If you're in these, that's why if you're in a leverage trade, let me show you something. If you're in a leverage trade, right now you are up. I'll show you how this works. So you get into the trade at the breakout, or you buy the bottom of the pattern like I suggest. One of the two things. Now the bottom of the pattern, look, no stop loss of 0.3% ever got hit. Then you ride it up. Really perfected. I've really perfected that for you guys. The 1 minute, the bullish divergence, bottom of the pattern. I mean, I don't know what else. That is unreal what I did there. Anyway, Bitcoin pumping back up again now, starting to make a bit of a flag. Okay. Now it's alts right. Yeah, now it's alts right. Now it's all right. Now it's alt right. And if we just take the temporary target for Bitcoin breaking out of this tiny little bull flag, which it looks like it really wants to, honestly, we get a target of 17, about 8, you know, just go up there, 17,900, you know. So we are getting across here, though, in the 1 minute, but we're flipping up. Flipping up. I think we're going to flip up right here and continue this run, honestly, for Bitcoin. Yeah, we checked dominance. Dominance doesn't look too good for Bitcoin, honestly, right now. Or for the alts. It looks good for the alts. You know, we're spiking now, though. Just so you know, we're spiking now on a double bottom coming out of a falling wedge on the 1 minute. But when he looked at the 4 hours just had a cross. It looks like we're going to roll down. So we are oversold down on the stochastic, and the RSI is down. We could come back up. But we're rolling over in the negative way on the MACD on the 4 hour. And if we took the daily actually wants to rip. So get ready. There's a chance that Bitcoin does want to go back to that big high. Got something high in the dominance, right? You think Bitcoin's just about to just explode, right? There's a chance. It looks like the 4 hour really wants to cook. The daily, I mean. The daily wants to cook. So we're oversold on the daily on the Stokes. RSI is low. We could keep moving. So this isn't a good sign for the alts. It looks like Bitcoin could make a big move. So now it's holding 16,050, 17,657. Watching Bitcoin, man. All eyes on money Bitcoin. Now I gave you the Ichimoku cloud. I showed you the weighted moving average, 144 weighting moving average. So yeah, remember these gems, guys. Write these things down. They're really, really important. They have a lot to play, and they're really good tricks later on that you can bring out in almost any scenario. Stock trading, any type of trading, that's going to really come into play. Now we're getting into some news. We're going to break down what we see in the market, what the sentiment is, what we're hearing, what's going on. So yacht sales shows luxury goods may benefit from Bitcoin price surge. The global luxuries market is just one of those that has been hit hard by the coronavirus pandemic this year. But with Bitcoin experiencing a period of growth, it appears that the crypto investors who have struck it rich in the latest bull run have been spending their proceeds from crypto trading on luxury items. This includes a 52-foot Lagoon catamaran that was recently acquired in Fort Lauderdale from the yacht broker Denison Yachting. The catamaran, which can accommodate 6 guests in the 3 cabins with an en-suite heads and walk-in showers, was listed on sale for an asking price of $839,000. The vessel was built by the French boat builder Groupe Beneteau and was purchased using a mix of crypto and fiat. Bob Dennison, president and founder of Denison Yachting, told Rob Report that the 52 Lagoon was purchased half Bitcoin, half in US dollars, and that the seller didn't know that the transaction involved cryptocurrency. The seller didn't, huh? Interesting. How did he not know? The day of the closing was faster than a wire transfer. They converted the Bitcoin immediately into dollars, Dennison said, adding that the transaction followed all legal protocols, including the buyer providing a passport to verify his identity. Oh, so he liquidated his Bitcoin and then gave the guy the money. The latest deal marks Denison Yachting's 5th crypto-powered yacht sale, the Florida business said in a statement. Pretty interesting, right? Yeah, that's a healthy social distance. I own a sailboat, honestly, I do. I bought it with basically cryptocurrency winnings years ago, and from 2017 bull run. I didn't buy a huge sailboat, but I got something nice. It's out here on the water here. I'm going to see if we can see it. This is a camera that shows me where it is in the water. There's a chance that we could get a look at it. Now this camera seems to be blocked. It shouldn't be, though. It should be showing us the water right now. So yeah, I have it in the water right now. It just sits out there, safe and sound. Nothing. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so if the camera moves over to the left eventually, I'll show you my boat in a second. But yeah, we have a camera at this local place, and it's in Massachusetts, and they're watching it here. So yeah, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's true, man. I love sailing. I've been sailing for a long time. Yeah, I love sailing. I think it's like a really important thing. I want to introduce it to my daughter. I started sailing when I was very young. My dad was an iron worker. He didn't do stuff like that, so he really wanted to make sure his son kind of had a different life. Bitcoin has a way of surprising people. This week was no exception. A few days ago, almost everyone believed that the cryptocurrency is inevitably headed to a new all-time high. And how could they not? Bitcoin was traded at a few hundred USD below the record from back in 2017. Unfortunately, things took a turn. During the market dive, Bitcoin's dominance actually increased, showing that not only altcoins failed to hold their ground, but they dropped harder than Bitcoin. This is pretty fuddy, right? Since then, there's been a slight recovery, and at the time of writing this, the primary cryptocurrency is trading around 17,000. Then you have Facebook. Libras could reportedly arrive in January 2021 in a scaled-down version. So Facebook's Libra coin reportedly to arrive in January. This makes me sick. Although Facebook failed to launch Libra in the mid-2020 as initially planned, the social media giant could do so early in 2021. Finance Times cited 3 people working on the project claiming that Libra's long-awaited launch could come in January 2021, but in a scaled-down version. Now, if I Google Libra coin, right, it's basically based on some government assets, man, which is garbage to me. Look at this. Libra coin is backed by a reserve of assets. Look at this. I see, right off the bat, I see an issue. Okay. Yeah, imagine that with Biden. Yeah, insane, right? Insane. Come on, show me the boat. Oh, went all the way to the right again. Show me the boat, man. We'll check on it in a second. I'll put this in another window and I'll keep track of it. And when the boat shows up, I'll swing. Okay, it's moving. Camera's moving. Seems like someone zoomed in a little bit, though. Anyway, you guys don't care, but it's just interesting. I think it's funny. Right. So if we go to Facebook's Libra site, right, and I see this, look, scalable, open source protocol will foster a vibrant community of developers for the world. Stable. This is crazy. Libra's coins are backed by a reserve of assets made up of cash or cash equivalents. Well, what cash? Because cash is garbage. So you're based on the US dollar? You're based on complete nonsense? Ponzi? So you're basically a Ponzi scheme is what you're telling me. Equivalents and very short-term government securities. Dude, I don't want any government-backed securities. I don't. I want nothing to do with it. That's why I'm in cryptocurrency. How dare they use the word cryptocurrency with their stupid coin? This is a decentralized slave coin. That's what it is. And don't get it twisted. This is a decentralized slave coin. It is not cryptocurrency, in my opinion. And I will refuse to call it cryptocurrency because it's not cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency frees us. Cryptocurrency breaks us from the chains of the Federal Reserve. This is still linked to government securities. So if it's linked to government securities, it's linked to the Federal Reserve. And if it's linked to the Federal Reserve, it's a mess, you know? We're almost getting there. Go to the right a little more. I should be able to see the boat. Just want to check on it, make sure it's still floating out there, you know? Yeah, I'll do a quick tutorial on TradingView in a second. Let's just finish this news. Bitcoin struggles to gain momentum as the bears flip 17 into resistance. Bitcoin is still reeling after yesterday's rejection at 19.5. Yeah, so we went over that. We kind of showed you the real deal there. Okay, so here's the dock. It's a little to the right of the dock now. We're almost there. You can see the fisherman moving. He's moving his lobster traps. They're fishing even out there in November, man. Oh, man, now it's zooming down. Someone's using it to their own movement, which is kind of weird. Let me see my boat do. Crypto tech in 2020 and focus on scalability, privacy, and usability. Okay? Among other things, cryptocurrency is also fintech, financial technology. With Bitcoin hitting its highest ever market capitalization in November, the financial part of this combination has received plenty of attention in the recent months. Okay? And the scalability and privacy, this is what we really need to see now. And privacy, man. How many people are really going to not, care that, like, you want the government to know about every transaction that you make? Is that really what you want? So look, we should see my boat in a second. We're going to the right. Going to the right. I'll show it to you. It should be coming up now. Should be coming up. Someone's literally using this camera to their own thing. Sergio is easier. I have ETH too. Okay, cool. Yeah, so here's TradingView. Okay, now I use TradingView and I absolutely love it. Bitcoin struggles around 17K as Stellar charts 120% week gains. Bam. Unreal, man, for Stellar Lumens. Right? Wow, so I can clearly say that, like, I want to keep extending this falling wedge and say that that's what's happening for Bitcoin, but I just don't. Now we're in the rounded bottom, which to me is very bullish. But what about the 3-day, man? Like, why does the 3-day say no way? Like, that's what's like. So if I go bullish on Bitcoin, then I'm defying the 3-day, which is like the most weight, and telling me that Bitcoin's going down. So I'm confused, man. Is this a surge just to get everyone kind of sucked in, making us think we're going to 18K, just to bring us all the way back down here to 14K? Is this a dirty game? I don't know, man. Is this still the pattern that we're in? Or did we break out of it? Was it sharp? To me, that was it. This looks more legit to me. And then you have, your bullish divergence here. So you have bullish divergence in the 1 hour, which tells you that, hey, that's how we trade, right? Over and over again. Negate that. Get you back into the trade at this point on the bullish divergence. Come back down. So I don't know, man. It's very... it's tough. You go all in right now, and there's still a chance that we pull back because the 3-day is telling us that we're going to have a pullback. I just want to see this 3-day make a cross and show us that we have small bearish momentum, or at least bounce away. Until we see that, I really don't, not sure. Look, people are out there canoeing today in November. That lady just went by in a canoe in November. It's a beautiful day, man. Really nice weather. I'm going to make sure I get outside, go on a bit of a hike, get into some nature today because we usually don't have weather this warm in November in Massachusetts. So, yeah, we got to take advantage of this. So Bitcoin rejected by 17,007, but above 17,400 is really all you need for it to hold strong support. So a lot of coins flying off the chains today. Love seeing Cardano move, man. Love seeing Cardano move. So a veteran trader falls for ADA scam on fake Coindesk site, warns community. Wow. How could you be a veteran trader? Leon Fu lost thousands of ADA to a phony website scam. Scammers often make subtle changes to URLs to lure in victims. Fu was saved a major loss by making a test transaction before depositing all his funds. Crypto scams are commonplace, netting $4 billion in 2019 alone. Leon Fu of Taifu Indexes almost lost a significant sum to a scam involving 3 fake websites. He was only saved by taking security precautions. Fu posted a tweet on November 19th to describe how he visited what he believed was the Coindesk website, failing to notice a small altercation to the letter E in the domain name. The fake website led him to another decoy, this time imitating the Cardano Foundation website with the word foundation misspelled. Finally, satisfied with the information there, Fu clicked the link to what he believed was the ADA Lite staking site, not noticing the .io domain had been swapped for .org. The only thing that saved me from losing my ADA is I always do a test transaction when doing a transaction for the first time. Fortunately, Fu's error was limited to a loss of a few $100s. While he didn't notice the fraudulent domains, his other security measures protected him from any major loss. Scams in crypto are so prevalent that the SEC launched a fake ICO in 2000 designed to trick gullible investors, redirecting would-be victims to a webpage advising on how to avoid scams. It's pretty cool. I'll give them that. I usually don't like what they do, but I actually can see the thought process there, and I like that. Again, they probably did it in a shady way, but yeah. Cardano price prediction. ADA continue uptrend to 17 cents. Yeah, man, ADA's on a tear right now. People don't talk about ADA. They really don't like. I feel like it gets overlooked too much. But dude, ADA, man, Cardano is going to take over the world. And I just saw something recently that said that their system makes Ethereum system look like a toy. You know, like and people don't know that Charles Hodgkinson, the guy who created Cardano, he was one of the first programmers on Ethereum. He may have been one of the first minds on Ethereum, and then he left the project. And he didn't leave it because he was upset. I'm just saying he worked on it. So, you know, Charles Hodgkinson, man. He was involved in Ethereum early, very early. Okay? If you Google him, man. So he is a mathematician and founder of Cardano and co-founder of Ethereum, which are two of the world's most popular cryptocurrency networks. I mean, he attended Metropolitan State of Denver, University of Colorado Boulder to study analytic number theory. In 2013, he quit a consulting job to begin an online school called the Bitcoin Education Project. According to Hodgkinson, the limited supply makes Bitcoin like digital gold. Hodgkinson joined the Ethereum founding team, one of 8 original founders, with Vitalian Buterin in late 2013 and left in June 2014. He devoted significant time to the Ethereum project because he realized it was going to be big. Hodgkinson left Ethereum after a dispute about accepting venture capital and need for more formal governing structure. Following his departure from Ethereum, he took 6 months sabbatical and contemplated returning to mathematics. After his departure from Ethereum, he was approached by former Ethereum colleague Jeremy Wood to form a new project called IOHK, Input Output Hong Kong, an engineering and research company that builds cryptocurrencies and blockchains. IOHK's key project is Cardano Platform, a public blockchain and smart contract platform that hosts the ADA cryptocurrency. Growth of the Wyoming cryptocurrency industry, including IOHK and Kraken Company, has inspired speculation in other countries and also considering blockchain industries. In 2017, he sponsored a research lab focusing on blockchain technology at the University of Edinburgh in Tokyo. In 2020, he opened a blockchain research project at the University of Wyoming. I've met him. He's inspiring to be around. He's funny. He's intellectual. He's a great guy. And yeah, I mean, and again, I also say that I like to buy people. I don't buy projects as much as I buy the people that made the projects. And so when I'm investing in Cardano, I'm investing in Charles Hoskinson. So your investments are just not, you're not just running after numbers here, guys. There's got to be a philosophy behind the buy, in my opinion. There is speculative buys, and I'm not saying they don't pan out. But what I do want you to realize is that, that it's the people that make these projects, right? It's the people that make these projects, and that's really what pushes all this. So we got a chart here, and saying that, you know, Bitcoin hit this moment, we could come back up, come back down, and then push. There's a chance that Bitcoin does something similar. It's a really weird structure. It probably won't look like this. We should extend this a little bit. Kind of moves more in a logarithmic than straight lines like that. But I know what he's saying, and I know what he's saying. What do we need to hold today to know we are going up? That's a strange question. What do we need to hold today to know that we are going up? Who knows? Very possible to see what will happen around 18K. Interesting. Now, this is another idea this guy's forming. This is very interesting. So are we going to form a head and shoulder pattern? Interesting. Yeah, ADA is going to be big, man. If you don't have ADA, I owed 40,000 ADAs. I'm telling you right now. ADA is big. I've been holding ADA since 2017. Oh, there's my boat. There it is right there. Oh, I lost it. I had it, and then they moved it. They moved it on me. When it goes back. The boat's called Fantasy. It was named that way already, so don't make fun of me. And they put C at the end, like the sea. You know, look at Cardano, man. On the 3-day, like, look at that wick. I can't believe it would come down and then people would just be like, nope, we want it again. We're going to bring it back to where it wants to go. Look what I send now on Telegram. I did. I showed everybody. Are you late? You deserve a bigger boat? Well, we'll get there then, man. No, I'm going to show you the boat when we see it. I'm going to show it to you when it comes up. I'm going to show you guys this boat, all right? I'm very confused on Bitcoin too. And I'm an expert, so don't, well, not an expert. I don't even like tooting my horn, but I do this for a living. No, new one, sending in a couple minutes. Okay, I'm waiting on you, man. I'm waiting. That's why I love the Telegram. If you're new to the channel, please join the Telegram group in the chat below. Really helps out, means a lot to me. And yeah, it's just a big deal. See, Crypto Face is doing a bit of scalping. High risk, high reward scalps. These are good scalps. That 17,400 pop was a good scalp.
Sucks. This one sucks. Is that what you're talking about? This one pisses me off. I hate that. I hate that shit. I like the info line.
Anyway, I just want to let you all know too that okay. So here's another chart here. So going up, there's the box, we have our issue, and we fly. Here's our box, we have an issue, and then we're gone. You know, I think that's very similar, and I'm with that. I actually took a, because look, here's our up, our down, up, our down. We come up, we squiggle, come up, we squiggle. We fall into the movement, and we just hit the parabola, and then we fly, man. We hit the parabola, and then we fly. Very possible. I'm with this idea. It makes sense to me. What happens in the interim, in the middle? We don't know. Now, guys, I'm thinking of selling a whole Bitcoin for Ethereum and Link. What do you guys think of that? Is that a crazy idea? Is that a good idea? Would you sell a Bitcoin right now? If you had Bitcoin and you got in around $4,000 to $5,000 and you're up 13K at this point, right? 14K, Bitcoin's doing really well. What do? Do you sell it for another coin? For what it's worth, my boy 100 Eyes said 2 days ago Bitcoin would grind to 18.8 by Sunday or Tuesday. Yeah, let us know, who's this 100 Eyes guy? Is he online? Does he have, most people like that have at least a Twitter, or is he on StockTwits? Let us know where he's at. He's just a secret trader that nobody knows about. He said, no, don't sell until Bitcoin seems peaky. It was peaky, dude. What do you mean? I'm only selling Bitcoin for swing confirmed uptrends. I'm accumulating ETH. Okay. For what it's worth, my boy 100 Eyes, yeah. Let us know, man, if we can find him. So here's a head and shoulder. We came down. It's a good point, too. And he's saying that this looks like that. And then we went up. Yeah, it does look up. Look, it looks just like it. Down, up, and on the way. Down, up, on the way. Do we have the head and shoulder pattern? It's kind of similar. I see what he's saying. I'm with it. I like it. Not peaky enough to him, I guess. I mean, come on. I mean, not peaky at 19.5? Like, that was insane. Right? That was insane. I mean, I think the pullbacks will be small and few between, honestly. Right? ZRX could pop today. Let's take a look at ZRX. Okay. Still trying to get you guys to see the boat, man. I know it's like, you guys don't care, but yeah, I think it would be funny. I think it's coming now. I think it's coming now. Not peaky for me either. So I'll show you the boat. The sailboat should be here on the right, man. Don't mess me up, guys. Keep moving. Keep moving. Last person just kept stopping on the dock every time it got here. Or maybe that's what it does. It stops in the middle. So this is what it does. It stops here, and then it moves again to the right eventually. I'm probably going to miss it yet again. Beautiful day on the water, though. It makes no sense inverting the trend with a depressed world. It will continue up. That's what I'm saying. Like, people are just going to keep buying this Bitcoin because they have no choice. They have no choice. It's the savior, right? It's the savior. It's the only thing you can buy in this crazy world right now. So, yeah. But, yo, I really don't like selling Bitcoin for any reason. I think you should only be buying it and accumulating it as much as possible. Getting as much Bitcoin as you can whenever you can. Before it's too late. I've never been a fan of selling, going in and out of Bitcoin. I'm just not good at that. Like, that's not my forte. I'm going to come down and talk about what I'm good at. And I've never been good at selling large amounts of Bitcoin and getting back in at a lower price. I've tried it numerous times, and every single time I think I timed the market, it's somewhat wrong. Now, I was able to ride this run up recently because I was able to identify a trend change, and that was simple for me. But right now, I'm like, well, are we going to break the 21, or are we going to bounce off the 21? You know, are we going to fall through it like this, or are we just going to bounce off it like that? After a big run up, we fell through. Big run up, we fell through. Big run up. So it's like we're right here. You know, honestly, let me take you through this because we're doing something similar here. You want to talk about fractals. So Bitcoin goes all the way up. Let's just say this was 19K. Let's just say, right? We know it was the 10,000, but let's just say this is the same scenario. So Bitcoin goes up to 19K, breaks down to 16K, pumps back up to 18K, to come back down to 16K, pumps back up to 17K, and then dumps. Okay? So it comes back up closer to these highs even when it's ready to go down, okay? So if we go to the 3-day and we look at that same area, which was this fall down from 10K, which is right here, right? Yeah, we went up to 10K. And do we see any similarities in the 3-day? Well, like, 3 days curving and we're in the white. And you can see even as the white comes, we have our pump back up. Right there, we pump back up. We come down. We pump back up here. So we get all the way back down to 8,400, only to pump back up to about 9,000. So it seems like it's always kind of trying to trick you and to see what it's doing. That's why I just want to stay on this 3-day. And the 3-day is like this. High on the RSI, high on the Stokes, and we went down, right? So if I stick with this idea and I don't drink the Kool-Aid and I don't listen to anybody else, and I sit in my own little world, and I backtest this theory. I mean, we have everything. The Stokes curling, RSI wants to go down, and the MACD. Like, I don't see how we're not going down. The 3-day is showing us that there's downside for Bitcoin. You know? Yeah, we're having a little rally today. I just don't buy it yet. It's really weird. I don't buy it. Now, if I end up being right, I think my instincts will shine to be true. You guys will be like, wow. But hey, you know, better not to trade for a couple days to see what is happening. I agree, man. I agree. It's very hard to time Bitcoin. Very, very hard. It's like one of the hardest things to do. You can either get a big move up or a big move down. Those are easy. Like, people can say, okay, we're about to have a drop. Boom, they take the drop. But you know, it's few and far between. You have to be watching the price. And because it's 24/7, the 1 minute you go to bed, man, it could catch you. The 1 minute you go to bed, it could catch you. Like, I try to be cute right now. I sold some Bitcoin at 17,170, and look, now I'm down. Now I'm down and worried that I have to buy back Bitcoin and lose $300 worth of Bitcoin. And I worked so hard for every little Bitcoin I have, and I stashed it away, and I bought it for $200 a month, and I did so much, and now I'm like upset with myself. Like, why did I sell the Bitcoin? You know, why did I sell it? Now, I could teach TA like it's the back of my hand, and I know the TA like it's the back of my hand, and I've studied and memorized it all. But honestly, when it comes down to it, your emotions still are so strong, and trying to fight them through is not easy. And when I'm emotionally attached to my Bitcoin, it makes it very hard to tell myself that it's time to get out of Bitcoin, right? It's not easy. Like, that's why you have to learn to trade, because you have to learn to know yourself. I asked him why it's going up at the moment, and he said, this is just how it moves, broseph. He's elusive. I guess he just noticed how Bitcoin moves over the years. Yeah, but on the 1 day, we can roll up and create big bearish div and then a blow off top around 23K. So you think the 1 day could get us? See, that's the thing. I didn't study the 3-day enough. That's my problem, is I don't know the 3-day enough, right? The 3-day, I don't know it like the back of my hand. So I'm not like privy to like, oh yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be doing, or how many days we have for when this propels itself. Like, is this a week out? Are we a week out from the fallback? And does that bring us up to 23K and we just come back down to 19 and it's la-di-da business as usual? You know, hard to tell. It's very hard to tell. So, rounded bottoms. At these points, I go to what I know, right? To what I know to be true. And what I know to be true is a rounded bottom is bullish. We just know that, right? We don't even need to we don't struggle with that theory. We go to all the theories that we know to be true. Rounded bottom is bullish. A pennant, bull pennant is bullish. You buy at the bottom of the patterns. These are perfect buys here at 16,350, and we were on our way up. I don't know either way. Always price action, then indicators. I'm watching just for a couple days. Better safe than down with money. Nothing happened is super bullish. This COI is dead is bullish. I don't know what that means, but cool. The COI, the COI, I have no idea what you're talking about. I speak many languages, but that I do not. That I do not. So went over some news. Yeah. Went over the coins, man. Now, I'm kind of fly on the day, man. It's one of my first days where I'm just kind of sitting here in complete awe of what Bitcoin is doing. Shout out to everyone with the 17 likes. Really appreciate that. Yeah, so let's go over what coins to accumulate, right? Now, I think you should be accumulating Aave. Okay. Aave's huge. Breaking out of this falling wedge too. Peaking out. Breaking above the 200-day moving average. That's a big deal. Look like Aave could have kind of a big day now. Atom. Really nice coin. Moving up here too. Coming above the 200-day moving average. See, the last time it had a little issue with the 200-day moving average, it broke here. It would fly right up, only to come back down, but that would start its uptrend. So we could see a spike up as we're hitting that 200-day moving average. It's in a downtrend though, so it's more like one of these. The 200's on the bottom, so you have to find out where it hits the 200 first. Pretty similar. And I went through the 50 and the 21. 21's curving up, 50's curving up. So we want the 50 to come back above that 200-day moving average. That is a death cross right there on the 1 hour. This is curving down, which is not a good sign as well. Interesting. Getting a lot of mixed signals in some of the alts. But I think you should accumulate. Here's what I think you should accumulate. Oh, I think this is going to be my time. So here's the sailboat. Ready, guys? It's going to be right here on the right. It's a nice white 25-foot boat. Beautiful. Come on. Come on. Showed everybody else. There it is. There's my boat right there. It's looking good. Looking safe. Nice. Nice. Excellent. So I got to see my boat and see it out in the water. There you go. I can't stand Brave browser. It does weird things. It or maybe it's the iOS. I think it's Microsoft, but it sends things like in all different ways. It's annoying. If you want one window, it thinks you don't need that window, and then it just throws out all the other windows, which is cool. Like if you wanted to have a clean desktop, but for someone like me that needs all my windows open and access, it's not too cool. So I think DOT, anytime you can get DOT below $5, I think you're doing a really good job. So look to just keep accumulating these coins. DOT is a good accumulated coin. You want to get DOT, okay? You want Atom, DOT, Band. Those are 3 hot coins. Atom, DOT, Band, and Link. They're kind of like must-haves for the bull run. Atom, DOT, Band, and Link. Need to have them. IOST is one that I keep accumulating. You say, why IOST? Because, number one, if we look at here, from here to here, it has hidden bullish divergence telling us that the trend should continue. So these were the lows. 4.8, 4.9 look like they were the low buys. It doesn't make sense that these coins are going to go any lower. I feel like we bottomed here. They bottomed us once, right? They ran it up. They bottomed us again. They gave us a little bit of a structure. They bottomed us a third time, but not as low as the first time. And now we're starting to move back up. I just think it's weird for me to think that these coins would get any lower than they are. But every time I say that, they have a way of fleecing us and just completely beating us down. So it makes me hesitant. But then you end up missing the moves. So that's why I tell you, you got a dollar cost average. You got to look at the money you have, kind of look at it, and then allocate the funds where you think you need them. That's my opinion. Like right now I'm sitting on 30K, and I got to figure out where to put it. It's got to go to the right coins at the right time. So today you would buy, basically you'd break down. So this is how you break it down, honestly. This is consulting 101. This is what I do for people. They ask me about their portfolios. I sit them down. I say, how much capital do you have? What are you in? And we figure out the number that they have. So right now, let's just say my number is 30K. Okay. And then I look at it and I basically say, okay, for 30K, you should go in for $7,500 in Bitcoin, or this was a 50K, right? $2,500 on IOST, because it's cheaper. There's more potential for it to 10x. You don't have to put as much in it, in my opinion, right? 10K in ETH, because it's ETH, and you know ETH is just a staple in the industry. And if anything ever happens to these crazy shit coins, you're going to have a substantial play in ETH. So it's a safer place is to keep a chunk in Bitcoin and ETH to protect you just in case. Then Link. You know Link is going to keep beating ETH and Bitcoin. It's been an amazing killer both on the ratio, right, on the pair. So I think you need to have a substantial holding in Link. I think you need to have a substantial holding in Band. It went from $1 all the way to $19 in that little bull run in the summer. Now sitting back down at $6. Band, man, already holding a 6x, right? $4,500 in DOT, and maybe you could flip some money into VeChain too. So I like VeChain as well. These coins are just certain coins I just can't let go. And then there's Nimic and some other tiny coins. We're going to look at that, and then you sprinkle like $2,000. You put $400 in, and I showed you that $1,000 in Nano turned into $600,000. Let me say that again. That $1,000 into Nano in 4 months turned into $600,000. Imagine if you would just put 10K in there, right? That's damn, that's what? That's $6 million. I can't, 10K turned into $6 million. So you could have just put the money in the right coin during that bull run and boom. The thing is, the sad thing is, it's super hard to make that money. Because let me explain. You put the $1,000 in, it turns to $2,000. You're like, damn. A week later, it's back to $1,200, and you're like, I should have taken the money. Why didn't I take the money? Then it goes to $3,000, and because it goes to $3,000, you take the money. But then a week later, it's at $6,000, and you're like, damn, I should never have sold. I should never have sold. So then you go back in, and it goes up, and then this time you don't take the money, and it tanks, and you're like, damn, I should have taken the money, and so on and so forth. So what you have to do is put the money in and let it sit. I'm glad I bought IOST at 5596. Yeah, I told you, and IOST is a beautiful coin. He's got an ether move here up to 582 and then to 600. This is Moonboy, who does a lot of Elliott wave theory, and I'm liking what he's showing here. I'm liking what he's showing. Let's take a look at ETH and see what ETH says on the 3-day. Does ETH have the same 3-day outlook as Bitcoin? This is interesting to me to kind of get a balance of the market. So if we go to the 3-day on ETH, we are overextended as well. Every time the 3-day has been this extended, let's just go over the history of the 3-day. Okay, even in a bull run here, the 3-day came up, extended, we came down. The 3-day got extended here, we came down. Let's really open this up. The 3-day got extended here, we came down. The 3-day got extended right here, we dropped. The 3-day moved up. We had a nice move, right? All the way back to 340. And then in June of 19 there, we had this little mini bull run. This is where I thought things were changing. I thought the whole game had changed. I thought for sure it was a wrap. And then boom, it comes all the way back down when the 3-day gets extended. You see? We had a curve here, but look, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 curves in the 3-day till it ended. So that's key. I want to see that 1, 2, 3. There was multiple times where the 3-day show that we were going down. And even if we didn't get across, price would go down. Look, 282. So interesting. So let's keep moving with that idea. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hills on the 3-day. Here we have 2 hills on the 3-day, but we actually move up, even though we're supposed to get extended. Then we go flat. Okay, so that could happen. Now we're kind of ranging. Here's the 3-day again, and we come down. Now we're at that 3-day point again. Does this bounce away? It's just far away. The MACD is far away, the red line and the blue line. So the blue line's going to have to come up. They're going to have to kiss, and then we can't have a cross. For Ethereum, up at 540. Already making some bigger moves here now. Kind of stuck in the sand at this point. You know. And then you get stuck because you're like, what coin do I get? What coin do I want? And then you can end up not having the coin. And then it gets too high. And once it gets too high, it's kind of like once IOST hits a penny, it's going to be sad for me because you're trying to 20x to 10 cents, right? And advanced. I used advanced 3 commas only because we got hooked up right now. But I think you really only need the basic unless you're running bots. Honestly, unless you're running bots, you only need the basic, in my opinion. Anyway, so yeah, the 3-day worries me, man. Where the daily says, you know what, we're gonna have a little down, but we're probably gonna keep it moving. Stokes are down here. Stokes want to rip this daily market up hard. Stokes are really good on the daily. If we look at low Stokes in the daily here, we had low Stokes, big pop. But look, the Stokes could be down, yep, down, and down. Yeah, the Stokes are in a beautiful place, honestly, for Ethereum. Yeah, I think you could chase Bitcoin, but I think Ethereum will outpace it. I really do. Short term, long term, you'll see Bitcoin do its thing, but in the long term, I think Ethereum will really outpace Bitcoin. I really do. I'm on the fence right now. I have to think about these things all the time. So it's not easy, man. It's not easy. And today is actually one of the hardest days I've ever had when it comes to trading. Like it is draining me, honestly. It's like you're fighting a 100-pound giant every single day, and some days it just like it does get overwhelming. I'll be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It does. You know, that's why you really need to take advantage of the bigger moves, like that huge run up we had the last few weeks, like a couple days. You got to take advantage of those moves, and you know, if you take advantage of the move, then you're okay with these days when things are kind of in the middle. And then if you hold good projects, you know, hold good projects. Now, what's going on here? Cardano came up and now it's falling back down. Had a nice high at 17 cents, getting sold back down. This look, nice drop all the way back to 16 cents. Interesting. Bitcoin holding a hard level, man. Really, it broke out at this point. I can't deny it. It broke out. I thought it would get rejected at the 400. It didn't. Okay, that 1 minute, just even though we had our red cross, look, it just kind of did nothing. So now we're in a bull flag. Now we're in a beautiful bull flag. And boom, we get all the way up to 18,140. So Bitcoin not done, man. Not done yet. Not done yet. You know? Yeah. Just wait for it. This could be a fall off rising wedge, which does break down 68% of the time. It's a little bit of a bull flag and a rising wedge. So could it break back down? We could have a Bart-Simpson pattern. Anything is possible at this point. But I'll tell you what, the daily looks like it really wants to have a run. So, and that's strong. Stokes low on the daily. And I backtest everything that I see here. Look, Stokes low on the daily, start a nice run up. Stokes low on the daily, right there. Nice run up. Come back down, Stokes low on the daily. Looks like we're going to have a beautiful run up. So, yeah, Bitcoin, man, making big moves. Making big moves. Now, what will it do? See, now you're wondering, like, well, now you're getting confused. Because if you're new, you're like, well, some coins are going up, some coins are going down. I'm confused. Like, what is up? You know, like, what is up? Like, what? It's very confusing. I'll be honest. It is a very confusing game. Because now if Bitcoin pumps, is it going to bring down alts or is it going to bring up some alts? At this point, this is what happens, I'll tell you. Bitcoin goes up and down. And when Bitcoin goes, at the beginning of the cycle, Bitcoin goes up and down. When Bitcoin goes up, the alts go down. And when Bitcoin goes down, the alts go down. But then what happens is a few alts start kind of getting, enough people accumulate a project. They get up with Bitcoin, they make money, they get into a project. They get up with Bitcoin, they get money, they get into a project. And what happens is enough of those projects gain a larger market cap that they don't get affected by the swing as bad. And when they don't get affected by the swing, that's when you see a change in the cycle. But only a few coins do that. So then you don't know what's going on. You're like, well, why? You know, yeah, I stick with the last idea. I'm bullish. Bitcoin to 23, 26K. Then probably last one sell point. This should be based on 3 on the daily parabola when using the double. I wish you spoke perfect English, man. I'm sticking with the last idea. Look, daily parabola is not over. What do you say about the mental struggle with holding, selling is real? It's so tough, man. Show that image I shared last night. So good. Oh, yeah. So this was an idea, man. And it basically takes you through the thought process. If I could find the image, you know what I'm saying? So many people post so much in the group now. Like, even if it was a few hours ago, I'm like struggling to figure out where things are. Funny. How do you find like the media people posted? I'm like still like videos. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's go back. Photos. It's got to be, here it is. Okay, so Should I sell? Have I hit a target? Okay. Yes, I hit a target. Do I want to hold some for higher targets? Yes. Scale out some and hold for further target. Okay. Have I hit a target? Yes. Do I want to hold some for higher targets? No. Take the whole position off with no regrets, even if it goes higher. You're okay with that and you want the profit. Has it hit a target? No. Why am I waiting to exit? Don't accept risk. Why am I waiting to exit? I don't accept the risk. The change in the market condition, change in fundamentals, fast parabolic move, not sure. Usually we're not sure. Considering reason above, if I exit and it goes higher to my target, will I regret exiting? Of course, you always do. So the option, stay the course, scale some out, use tighter risk. This is a little vague for me. Use tighter risk, don't accept risk. It's like, or, you know, if it goes higher to my target, will I regret entering? No, then exit without regret. So you're always going to have regret, honestly. This is good, but not good the more I look at it, because the brain just keeps playing games with me. Like, my brain will just keep playing games, you know? It's crazy, man. Honestly, I knew in my heart and hearts to never sell your Bitcoin. Never, for any reason. And I did it. I broke my golden rule last week, a few days ago. And it's because I'm in a desperate place. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm in a place where, you know, money is tighter than it's ever been, right? And I used to have an awesome job where things were just pouring in. I wasn't on YouTube every day, I'll tell you that. And I wasn't doing what I love to do. And I'd always wished that I was running a YouTube channel. I believe you me. So I don't mind the lesser monetary value. I feel like I'm gaining more value. And if in the end, hopefully it'll pay. In the end, it will pay off. But that struggle that we're all in is affecting our behavior. I talk to some people and they're like, I want to make as much money as fast and as soon as possible. And of course, we all want to say that. But that makes us make bad decisions. It makes us think things are happening that aren't. It makes us force ideas that maybe aren't true, right? Now, I usually never sell Bitcoin, but I fancied the idea of getting more down in the 16,000. Now I had my chance. I sold at 17.1. It went to 16.1. Was I greedy? You know, I had my chance. I had my $1,000 gain. Yeah, be humble, accumulate crypto, meditate. You will be independent. Yeah, see, I agree. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I want to stay this way. I don't want to have to go back to work, guys. I don't. You'll see, I won't be able to put as much into the channel. I've had channels before that were going well, and then I start going to work. I tell myself that I can't do it. You know, I get into these ruts, and next thing you know, the dream is over. And this time is different, right? We always say that, but this time I want to be different. This time I want to basically to achieve the never-ending goal that I'm going for. I will work for me, my man. You know, that's what I'm saying, man. I agree 100%. So Bitcoin falling back, but it's only going to come back to the bottom of the pattern. That makes sense. Look, bottom of the pattern. It got wicked back up at the last few minutes from 17,664. That tells you there's a lot of buy pressure here. And people buy the bottom of the pattern. This is where you enter the trade. This is where smart money enters every single trade. This is why I teach you to enter every single trade. Look, 0.3 stop loss doesn't even get hit if you get into the wick. Imagine that. You only have to risk 0.3. A part-time job keeps you humble. Yeah, you know what? I maybe could do a part-time job. Lately, I want something just because I want to buy more crypto. Like my fiending, I'm like, damn, I need some more money so I can get some more crypto. Like if I got a stimulus check, that whole thing would go into crypto immediately without even a thought process, like just boom. So wow, we're kind of playing games here. If this falls out of the pattern, I will laugh. I will laugh so hard, honestly. Occupies your mind. Yeah, you do something different. And I took the electrician test to become an electrician when I moved to Boston. I set it all up. I got an interview. I did great on the test. I had it all ready to go to have a nice union job, working with my hands, doing something new. I was into TV video editing. I was going to be an electrician. I was going to change my whole life. And they froze it. They froze it down. They said there's no interviews anymore until the spring. It's is a little bit depressing, honestly. Why would you need a part-time job when you can make 1K in a week in futures? Yeah, because that was the first time I ever did it. So I don't know if it's replicatable. Okay. Just rock and roll that over and over and over. You know what's weird, man, is I suffer from bipolar. Yeah, I'm up and down, right? So like I may believe it's awesome 1 minute, and then I also like, so it's like, I don't know if I suffer from bipolar. It's not actually true. A doctor said that, but I go through ups and downs like all of us, man. And it's sometimes like, yeah, I just like, I'll have an amazing week trading, and then I wake up one day and I'm like, am I that amazing? You know, it's like the struggle. It's the struggle. It's the struggle. I'm being really open right now about that. And honestly, like, I'm afraid you guys will judge me, or I'm not, because I'm supposed to be perfect. I'm supposed to be this amazing trader that teaches you guys everything, and I make no mistakes, you know, and I'm able to just make $1,000 at the drop of a hat because I know this stuff so well. But honestly, man, it's not, it sounds so much easier. Bro, here's what you need to do. Oh God, in the same boat. Got 5 psychiatry doctors trying to find me in a diagnosis. Yeah, man, it's crazy. And I don't trust any of those people, man. I really don't. You need to document every trade, keep a spreadsheet, and look at it every day. I mean, I document every trade with 3 commas. I used to have a diary, though, and I used to write every single trade in a diary, like every single time. I have a trading journal. I do. Like, I'll show you, and it showed every win, loss, like. But honestly, I haven't been doing it lately. I'll be honest, I stopped doing it the last few weeks. Once I got 3 commas, I stopped using my trading journal, I'll be honest. Because it kept all my wins and losses, and I was able to write little comments next to them. No, but on the wall, it's big. Okay. Hey, man, I'll take what you're saying. Okay. Right, man. Writing is powerful. Yo, you're the second person that told me that, saying you could write something down in a diary. And look at this, guys. This looks like kind of bearish to me at this point. This could have been the fake out. Look, rounded top. Look, we have a rounded top now. Possible bearish sentiment. We could be at the bottom of this pattern, but now this is becoming a broadening wedge. See that? Could go back up 1% though, all the way back to 17,800. Stokes are low in the 1 minute, but they're not low in the 15 minute. So it tells you that we're in a downtrend. 1 hour is extended as well. Only a matter of time till we go back down, in my opinion. 4 hour wants to move, but that could be the end of the move. Sometimes you get 2 bars and that's it. Right here, you got 3 bars. There's also a big substantial move for the weekend. That could have been just a bump up, only to bring us back down. Who knows? Land already taken it. Like, so you could see, a lot of altcoins just gave it up everything they had. This is interesting. So institutions pumped the price on us only to sell us down. Look, every single coin gave it back. Look, you name it. Up, down. Bitcoin down's looking good right now too. Looking like it's about to rip on the 4 hour. Interesting, right? So Bitcoin down looks healthy. Look, it's in a bit of a flag. So let's take a look at Bitcoin down right now. Let's be contrary to the belief of everyone else saying it's going up. Let's go against the grain, guys. Because that's how you make money, right? You got to do what everyone else isn't doing. Now, this is interesting to me. This looks like it's about to fly. Bitcoin down. Based on this, like Bitcoin down, and you buy here at the bottom of the trend line where the stochastics are low on the 4 hour. Wow, stochastics low on the 1 hour as well. I think I'm gonna get into Bitcoin down, man. Look at that. Looks good on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. The daily is spent though. Interesting. See, I'm so confused, man. So Bitcoin's hard on the daily, but Bitcoin down is bullish on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So it says Bitcoin's going to come back down to 17,000 is what Bitcoin down says, right? This is strange behaviors, man. Like everything should be aligned at one point. Look, Bitcoin back to 17,006. Coming back down for a retest possibly of this top trend line that it broke. And then I go back to my idea, is it in this falling wedge that it's just going to complete down, you know? It's in a downtrend, man, but it has a rounded bottom. Oh, Bitcoin. What are you doing? So now it got bought back up by the wick here. There's your get in. So here's your get in, but this isn't going to be your perfect scalp. Bitcoin on the 5 hour, your chart with the rounded bottom could create a double bottom. Let's see. Yep. I see what you're saying. Definitely possible. Something like this. A lot of times you do that. You get what's called the double top, double bottom. You get the mink, mink, and then you get the wink, wink. Oh, here you got it though. Look, double bottom's there already. So here's the double bottom. And to me, it played out. That was the target of the double bottom. They got their target. We need a catalyst, please. I know, it's true. It's very true. I'm still shorting Link. It's not going well for me. I don't know, man. This is tough. This is one of the toughest days I've ever had when it comes to Bitcoin and analysis. Thanks, man. It's just so hard, my love. Like, it's draining. Today is draining. Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, I don't like when you do that. Oh. Not easy, guys. The key here is to focus. Like, man, everything was crazy. Look, Link was down at $1, and now it's at, $12. So, and you could have missed that by watching all those crazy Bitcoin up and down. So the key is to find a project you like and just stick to it. That's how I did it in 2017. And I see myself getting away from that now. Getting caught up in the hype too much, getting caught up in the movements, like, getting caught up in the day to day. I'm not going to sell for a few months anyway, so what the heck am I worried about? You know what I'm saying? The key is to keep your eye on the prize and keep accumulating the projects that you like. Yeah, it's possible we do something like that. But what about the 3-day? No one's talking about the 3-day. Like, come on, man. What do you guys think about the 3-day being overspent? Like, which has more weight than all these other coins, like, than all these other time frames. Link bottomed at 1190, only to come all the way back to 13 again. Damn, man, Link. It's gonna be at 25 so fast, man. It's not only a matter of time, man. Yeah, I looked at the chart in Telegram. We looked at it together. Right here. I don't like to admit when I'm confused, guys, but that's real. It's real right now. Like, this market is doing something. You know why? I'm bullish right now, and then I'm so skeptical that they're gonna wreck us. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I think I'm still right. I just don't know the trajectory. Like, not me, right? I still think the 3-day is right. Like, this chart is telling us, man, don't play games. You're a week away from the pain. Each of these candles is 3 days too. So Bitcoin can go up and down and then eventually be down on the last day of the 3. So that's another thing to think about, right? How do you put the right column on TV with the list of charts? Oh yeah, let me just help you out real quick. So you're getting into your first time on TradingView, right? So see this will, you hit this up here. You just hit this and it pops out. Boom, like so. Otherwise you'll see it like this. And if you want to add indicators, you go up here and hit indicator. You type in what you want. The ADX and DI, let's take a look at that. We haven't looked at that in a second. That's whack. So when the green line crosses the red line, it's on like Donkey Kong. And we're up here. And that's, you know what? See, even that. The green line just crossed the red. Oh, the red actually crossed the green. So we're in a downtrend until, wow. Wow, so Link just fell hard from 13.4. Wow, so in the last 20 minutes, Link has collapsed. This is interesting now, right? So in the last 10, 20 minutes, Link has collapsed by 2%. Look, we still have a possibility to go to 14K and my idea is still valid. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I think you're right. I'm still holding off, man. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to use my emotions want me to run back into Bitcoin right now because it's going to keep going up to 20K and I'm going to miss out. You know, but the smart money in me, the patient man in me tells me to listen to the 3-day. Look, the 3-day has the green line about to cross the red. Every time the green line crossed the red, right there, look, Bitcoin went down. Actually started going down earlier. It's not the best indicator, the 4-hour though. Even here, look, the green line's about to cross the red. That would actually send us further up. But the momentum line is curved down. 4-hour kind of lets, you know, the 1-hour says we're going to come back. ADX and DI. How you look at the ADX and DI is you watch the green line, and when the green line crosses the red line, that's where price goes up. You know, and when the red line crosses the green line, it's usually when price goes down. So here, like, price went down here because the red line crossed. But then look, the green line crossed, price started to go up. Then they got entangled for a second. Right around there, this one won. Want to see where it's at the bottom and it gets entangled. So here's a rejection. So it's at the bottom, it comes up, it gets rejected, and it falls back down. And that actually creates a really fall down. So there's a chance. So check it out. Now I'm backtesting this theory here. When the yellow line is curving down and the green line is coming towards the red, that is a sign that there's a rejection coming, okay? Yeah, Zilliqua has one of the biggest cup and handles ever seen. Yeah. Been looking at that too. And now look, we have this is the momentum move telling us the momentum is on the way down. Whenever that's high, look, whenever the momentum is down, look, Bitcoin went down up here, Bitcoin went down, we're up high, Bitcoin went down. And are we done yet? That's the question. Are we done yet? Are we done yet? So let's try to, I never tried to make this channel, but is Bitcoin in this channel now? Is this the actual Bitcoin pyramid that we're in, right? This is interesting. And is it going to come back down to the bottom of the pattern? That's 10,000. Maybe it's more like this. We'll slant this line for ourselves. Okay. And that could bring us back. What the hell is this? Chainlink? I was about to say this is Chainlink. So, interesting. Are we going to move back to the top of the pattern to 15? I don't know. I'm getting so many mixed signals today. It's really weird. It's really weird. Yeah, so you're saying we come back down here to test the parabola only to keep moving. We just need nice news. We do need news. We need a catalyst. I see what you're saying. Which is right around the corner, man. You know? This is Profit Executor. I was thinking of getting into them. Look, he killed it. He made 1,889%. He was 95% accurate. That's insane. One trade went bad. He lost 29% on a long at 18 on November 18th. So gained 188% profit in October. Accuracy. Premium leads, profit indicator. Write me for information on premium services. And I think it's only like $350 for life, honestly. I think that's what they were charging. So not too bad. So Link finally went down 18% profit. So he was waiting for Link to drop. Cody in the double bottom. Clear profit up 16%. Wow, look at this. JP Morgan admits it was wrong about the end of Bitcoin bull run. Renews $140,000 plus. Come on now. The same guy who told us if his daughter was an idiot. This guy. At the time of writing, the cryptocurrency known as Bitcoin had seen its value skyrocket around $19,000 after dropping down to about $14,840 in mid-March. This is significant because the all-time high for a cryptocurrency is $19,783 back in December of 2017, only to drop down as low as $3,000. Within the past year, the price of Bitcoin has more than doubled, posting close to $10,000 in growth in the last 2 months alone. As Ethan Yang writes in the American Institute for Economic Research, with most of the news attention on COVID-19, the presidential election, and so on, it's understandable that the meteoric rise of Bitcoin may have slipped past casual observers. It did not receive the attention it received in 2017. Mainstream adoption of cryptocurrencies, PayPal recently. Today, Bitcoin has gotten to a place where institutional investors, banks, and family offices are legitimately pondering involvement as a defense against cryptocurrency. You need to have it. This isn't a gold rush anymore. It's a good investment, he says. He predicts that Bitcoin will hit 30,000 by the end of next year. 30,000, what a loser, man. Cryptocurrency and blockchain technologies seem to be demonstrating undeniable advantages. Billionaire Mike Novogratz believes that Bitcoin could be heading as high as $65,000. Wow, he's very funny. The failure to see mean revolution flows kicking in recent weeks might reflect a smaller role of momentum traders such as CTAs in Bitcoin trading and their role in more traditional asset classes such as gold and other commodities. Indeed, an exponential ascent of grayscale Bitcoin trust in recent weeks suggests that other institutional investors who look at Bitcoin as a long-term investment have been playing perhaps a bigger role in recent weeks than quantitative funds such as CTAs. So, JP Morgan, man, comes out and finally gives a target. That's insane. These guys, man. Same people who told us not to touch it. Yet they're the financial advisors. Your mother and father go to them for financial advice. People sit there and go to, I'm going to go to JP Morgan Chase. Come on, man. Pennsylvania judge backs Trump's claims over mail-in ballots. Says unlikely constitutional. Plaintiffs have established a likelihood to succeed on merits. Facebook censorship. Algos go haywire, blocking ads from struggling legitimate businesses as hate speech. Come on, man. The Sisyphean folly of printing press money. The fingerprints of central planners are everywhere. Yes, it's Sisyphus. Their task is never complete. They're resolute in attempts to control the uncontrollable while making a giant mess. Pennsylvania Republicans to introduce resolution disputing election results. Slain father of Iran nukes was on Mossad hit list for years. U.S. and German yields will bear brunt of the lockdowns. The lack of aggressive fiscal impulse will leave the ECB and Fed to pick up the stimulus slack required by economies over the winter. Russia ramps up ballistic and hypersonic missile tests as the START treaty expires. UN dubs self-trusted pandemic new source. Teams up with World Economic Forum to encourage new social norms. Life won't ever be completely normal again. Renowned infection immunity expert warns COVID is not going away. It's going to be a recurring problem. I don't think life will ever be completely normal again. Has Europe broken the second wave? A couple weeks after several European countries went on at least a partial lockdown, once again in the face of surging COVID cases, the tightening restrictions appear to be paying off. What a Biden administration means for border security. How U.S. presidents rank for clemency. 10 hypothetical Dems who prattle about masks and lockdowns, but personally act like they're all BS. Pennsylvania appeals court tosses Trump's lawsuit, setting stage for Supreme Court showdown. Interesting. We haven't seen this much suffering since the Great Depression on Thanksgiving. Russia warns U.S. it will respond to future border violations in the Sea of Japan. Yeah, there was a little issue there. Dark winter. Millions of Americans are expected to lose their homes. A dark winter is ascending on the working family of America as millions of adults face eviction or foreclosure in the next few months. 5.8 million adults face eviction or foreclosure coming January 1st. That accounts for 32% of the 17.8 million adults currently behind rent or mortgage payments. Dude, what are we going to do when they all need unemployment? Like, this has just started. This could get a lot worse. Way worse. So, yeah. And then Link just sits. Now, Link looks this is just where Bitcoin's at now. It's funny. If this isn't, look, this is crazy. I'm seeing some strange patterns today. Now, this looks just like Bitcoin. Look, and I'm going to prove it to you. See, on the 1 minute? Now, let's look at Bitcoin on like a 1 hour chart. This is really kind of strange. Look. Go to Bitcoin on the 1 hour, okay? $17,686. And when we go to the 1 hour, look, it looks so similar to Link. Fall down in this sideways action. See? Fall down in the side. And it's almost the exact same pattern. Just weird to me. See it? Very similar pattern. So now Bitcoin fell back, but look, it got bought back up by a huge wick. A big wick on the 1 hour. We're getting overbought, and the stochastics want to curl down. The 1 hour is saying we had our run, man. We had our move here. Boom. 4 hour says, no, we're just getting started. Like, we're kind of right there. I don't know, man. Do I buy it back, or do I wait patiently? You know, if I wait patiently, this thing goes to 20K. I'm gonna be in the doghouse. Honestly, I'm gonna lose a lot of Bitcoin. So, gotta ask myself, what's more important, getting Bitcoin, or FOMOing back to Bitcoin, or waiting for it to come back down to the price I need it at? It's the hardest game I've ever had. Yeah, man. In both options, I have target around 28K. I feel you, man. Yeah, if we break out of that rising wedge, you need to follow your own rules. Yeah. Well, my own rules are to trust the 3-day, man, and the 3 days telling me that we're going down. So I just got to do that. Look, down, down, down. If I trust these Stokes on the 3-day, they've always shown that the price has gone down. Right there. Here, though, the price didn't really go down. It went down a little bit. Tiny bit. Trusting the 3-day, man. I'm going to trust the 3-day, and I'm not going to buy back into Bitcoin right now. You will not miss nothing with 3 to 5 days off. Yeah, you never know, man. It's that FOMO, right? Because the thing is, here, I'll tell you what's going on with me right now. Because I consult everybody else, and I'm really good at helping others, but I don't have a consultant for myself, right? Now I have to consult for myself. Now, right now I'm sitting with that bankroll that I trade with. It's around 13K. And do I sit there and trade with that? Or do I start laddering into the coins that I want? Now, I made all my money in 2017, dollar cost averaging into the proper projects, waiting for them to explode and then selling them at huge gains. So it's like, to me, it's like, okay, I'm worried that I won't end up accumulating the coins that I need, right? And so I know what coins I want, and I know what coins I need. I ask 100 eyes about the TA on the 3-day being cooked, etc. When Bitcoin's parabolic cycle has started, the traditional TA isn't quite as effective. You have to pay more attention to the base formations and look where you are in the cycle. I agree with that, and I see where we are on the cycle. And the 3-day usually kind of, gives us a little retrace. These oscillators can't go on forever. Even in the 2017 bull run, look, the 3-day made a curve. Like it didn't go all the way to some crazy place. The oscillator held itself and did well. It didn't break. It didn't stay pinned to some area. No, like it got oversold and it told you to get out. And then you freaking would have lost money if you didn't get out. And we're right here now. Like, so in my opinion, like I should just be listening to the 3-day. I believe we're going to be range bound for the next couple weeks. 17,300 area to 19,000. That makes a lot of sense, and that would help all of these oscillators cool off. I have a target of 28K. I can't figure out, will this be the bottom or 14K? That's the issue too, man. See, and normally together we're able to figure this out. Like normally me and UBS, we're able to be like bottom, nailing it. Like they've got us, they've done some things to the oscillators. They've done some things to us as traders. We're in the middle here. We're kind of like, making us question things too much. They're making us question everything. Just relaying the message from the guru. I mean, I say the same thing. That's why I told you on the daily. He knows everything I'm saying, man. That's why when the daily was here, look, daily, and I kept saying, hey, we may get exposed. But I said, hey, you know what? We're in a different place. Normally I would always sell oversold here, but you would have missed out on so many gains. So I'm with him, man. He's saying the same thing that I say. He nails things like no one I know. And he's saying we're going to 18K. It's funny. Be the one time. Just got internet. Again, what did I miss? We're really just kind of trying to figure out as a group what's going on with Bitcoin. What are your thoughts, man? Fudd has just joined the chat. What are your thoughts? Muser, what are your thoughts, man? Now that you have internet, what do you think's going on with Bitcoin? I feel the same. Bitcoin has me in a pickle. You have posted a Bitcoin chart in the last hour. I am a little confused as a very new person that is learning. No, ranging will be really good for the alts. I got into some small positions, just accumulating. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, now if Bitcoin tanks, it's going to take the alts down. Now, I think if Bitcoin goes to 14K, we're going to see a beautiful buying area for these alts. It's going to have such an attractive buying opportunity. And I feel like that's going to be the last time. That's going to be your last time to gobble them up. Now, if you miss that though, see, the thing is, because I was in the 2017 bull run and I know the significance of buying a coin at 2 cents and buying a coin at 4 cents. You put 10 grand in a coin at 2 cents. It goes to 4 cents. You already have 20K. You buy 10 grand at 4 cents. It goes to 8 cents to get to 20K. Right? So now you get in at 2 cents. It goes to 8 cents. You got so much more money. So I'm telling you, man, you buy a coin. There's a difference between buying a coin at 2 and 4 cents. Like, it's huge. It's the difference between millions of dollars at the end of this bull run. Look, one thing, the parabola from 2017 has a drop of 27%. Our 27% drop would be 14K, then boom to 28K. That's what I keep saying. I don't see this as significant enough, And like I showed everybody this as well. On the 2017 bull run, let me show you. We got faked out. We got faked out on the drop. They sucked everybody back in, just like they're trying to do right now. Look. The drop happened. We hit our high, and we would come all the way back down. Look, to 10,000. 10,000. Only to get bought back up all the way to 16K. Now, if I saw us go to 10K and get bought back up to 16K, I would say, oh, this rally was just a dip. We're on our way. We're on our way. This is nothing. This is just a dip. We're going to do our thing. And honestly, So, and that sucked everybody in. I'm sure a lot of people sold up here and did great. They did great. But then it came back down and they were like, wow, I think I'm going to miss the opportunity of a lifetime. And they got back in. Now it came back up. They thought it was going to go up even more. If they didn't have a stop loss, they ended up with less money. Then they sucked them back in again, only to trash them yet again. So I feel like Bitcoin goes down, always comes up before it goes down again. The only difference between this run and 2017 is those big investors that have their Bitcoin in storage till new all-time highs. Yeah, we have a lot more storage investing, right? But I still think that they like to make the prices good for themselves. And if they can shake down retail, they can get themselves into better positions. Is that what they're doing, you know? Now, a good scalp is going to be coming up. I could guys prepare you for a scalp. How you get prepared for a scalp is you're patient. You wait for this to come down, and I believe the 15-minute will too, see? So in about half an hour, the perfect Bitcoin scalp is about to occur. We're going to have a Bitcoin flag. So now I'm getting bullish on this. In the short term, I'm bullish right now on a futures trade. We have a Bitcoin flag. When this comes down, you're going to lock in the 1 minute and the 15-minute Stokes. They're both going to be down at the same place. Somewhere around here. And this is going to be a really good place to enter into a futures trade for Bitcoin. In the very short period of time. I agree. So the dips might not. So Muser, what I did is I sold like 3/4 of a Bitcoin. First time in my life. 17,200 yesterday. And I wanted to I looked at the 3-day. I'm trying to trust the 3-day. Even the daily looked overextended. You know, I sold right here when there was only 1 bar. Now we got 2 bars and it's like, damn, like, and this blue line's already curving. I've seen that before and it's kind of already telling me we're about to have a pink. I also see the RSI curving, like these curves and the Stokes. All those tell me that on the daily, we're about to go up hard, you know? And then Bitcoin could sail away. And, yeah. You made a nice decision. You know? So now I'm wondering, do I take the 12K that I made, right? And do I go into Link and Band? I split them, 6K or Blink and ETH. And I end up, because I don't have a substantial ETH position. That would give me about like 14 ETH. And then I'd get a lot of Band as well. If I take the 10K and buy ETH, or 8K for ETH and 4K for Band. Or the other way around, 8K for ETH and 4K for Band. Or yeah, you know what I'm saying, vice versa. So I'm like, or do I get back into Bitcoin at 14K, ride that back up, then disperse into altcoins? I'm trying to figure out when the right time is to put the funds into the right things. My idea was this: selling the Bitcoin at this price and then putting it into alts, I'll make more money. We all know that, look, and you take it honestly, right? Right now you have 10K. And you look at Band and you look at Bitcoin. Is Band going to go to $12 before Bitcoin hits 34,000? Yes. Like, come on now. It's already been there. It's already done. Band already 20x'd while Bitcoin did nothing. Okay. Is Link going to go to $25 before Bitcoin hits 34K? Yes. Is ETH going to hit 1,200 before Bitcoin hits 34K? Yes. In 34 days, Bitcoin. Yeah, but this is, I'll show you something. I'm going to teach you something via Social Swap about the stock to flow ratio. Okay. And I'm going to show you that the bull runs always get longer in this stock to flow chart. Okay. They always get longer. So here, quick bull run up, longer bull run. Longer bull run. This is actually not the best one. Let's get a better one. Bigger, clearer. Okay, so take a look at the blue zones. Boom. But look, here's a blue zone. We run up really fast. It only takes like 8 months. Then it takes like 12 months. Then it takes 14. Now, here was the bear market, right? And then the bull run. Bear market and then the bull run. The bull run should take at least till the end of 2021. around September, we did the math. One guy actually, if you watch Big Boy Crypto, he did a really good analysis of time and movement. And to me, he did the best, closest allocation that we can to get the idea of where it's going, you know? And I think the bull run will be longer than it was last time. It's not gonna go up as fast. It's gonna go slower. So I really don't think the bull run will be over in January 5th. I think that's ridiculous, honestly. I hate not trying to make you sound ridiculous. I just think that, and again, anything is possible. But look, we're right here on the blue in the stock to flow. This is where we are, you know? This is where we are. We're about to explode. And you can see this blue line comes up and goes sideways. Blue line comes up and goes sideways. We always go higher than that blue line. And that blue line has it as 100 grand. Bitcoin's going to go over to like 200, possibly $300,000. That's what this ratio says. And it's done it 4 times in a row. We have to assume that it's going to keep doing this until it doesn't. Even the mathematical equation that it's built on gives it a little more predictability than a lot of other stocks, because it's sitting in a mathematical deflationary equation that's going to keep kind of readjusting itself in the same manners over and over again. So there's my sailboat right there. The sun's hitting it. Everything looks good. My lines look good. It's above the water. Cool. All right. So there we go. Got to see the sailboat yet again. Nah, it's all good. Like to hear other opinions. Okay, no doubt. Yeah. I'm just brash sometimes. As an Aries, I say things and I'm always just worried, like, hey, I don't want to say the wrong thing or the right, you know, I don't know how I come across. Now, look, the 1 minute was supposed to have a cross. It did not. It got bullish again on us. Interesting. 15 minutes not there yet. So this is going to be a small move. I know that already because I've trusted the 1 minute so many times. And I know if the 15 minute and the 1 minute aren't aligned, it's a smaller move. Like, and how do you know these things? Well, look, here's where you would get into this move here. And I put an Alt V. It puts a vertical line. And then if I go to the 15 minute and I look at my vertical line, you'll find, okay, you'll move it to here. Boom, right? Then you lock back over to the 1 minute and find your vertical line. And see, they're not always perfect. So what you want to keep doing is trying to find one where the vertical line is down on the 15 minute and it's down on the 1 minute. And they're locked in together. And like this one is a pretty good lock-in one. This one right there, but like, let's try this one. And you keep doing this stuff and you kind of get an idea of where it happened. And then you can measure where it's going to happen again. And you can get a really good reading because the 15 minute moves in that hour long move. It makes basically an up and a down period 4 times on the 1 hour. So you buy the Stoke down here on the low. It's just interesting, man. What's this dude zooming in and looking into the woods for? It's kind of weird. But yeah, so this move shouldn't be as substantial just because the 15 minutes not in our favor. See, it's about to roll over again. There's a good chance the Stokes just don't make it too high. And we're also high on the Stokes here. We're waiting for these Stokes to come down on the 15 minute. And that's where you really want to ride out. That's where you want to ride out. And that's where we should break out of this, you know. But look, we also, on the 15 minute MACD is so extended. You see that? It's so extended. And that cross got us all the way from here. We had a cross, got us all the way up with a little bit of bump. Then we got us all the way up. So we're looking for a smaller down trend to receive it. It's actually setting up for a breakout, in my opinion. If I have to be 100% honest with how I read these oscillators, it looks like it's setting up for a move out. So confusing. So this 14K will be our bottom for the big bull run that will come. I hope, man. I hope. Like, if that's the case, I'm going to end up the biggest winner here. I'm going to end up the biggest winner, the patient watcher. You know, Bitcoin always does a nice retracement. You got to have faith in that idea, you know. Got to have faith. I talked about Taproot, Bitcoin having a bit of an upgrade. And what Taproot is basically we have multi-sig. People use multi-sig to basically make it more secure, right? You can have a multi-sig Bitcoin transaction. But what happens is you can see the difference between a multi-sig transaction and a regular transaction, and that kind of ruins privacy. So what they wanted to do is made a multi-sig where you only need to see partial parts of the multi-sig, so it looked like a regular sig transaction on Taproot. It's kind of what I'm breaking it down for you. But if you want to Google the Taproot Bitcoin upgrade, pretty interesting. This could also be a little bit of a catalyst, but so the majority of Bitcoin hash rate, right, representing over 54% of the network's current hash rate, has signaled support for the scaling and privacy protocol upgrade Taproot. I know most of you guys haven't even heard of it, and that's what I'm saying. Like, they've already voted on this, and it's moving forward. Isn't that funny? Taproot aims to improve transaction privacy and enhance Bitcoin's smart contract functionality. As an added bonus, it's also designed to keep Bitcoin's blocks small, with block space as accessible as possible. The only uncertainty with Taproot is when and how it will be activated, says Daniel Frunkman, the engineer and technical writer at Slushpool, in a direct message with CoinDesk. In the end, it should be a straightforward process with minimal drama, he added, noting that Taproot is not controversial. Frunkman contrasted this proposed upgrade with the heated industry-wide disagreements caused in the SegWit 2 proposal. That was insane. I don't know. SegWit 2 was absolutely insane. If you were around during that time, it was absolutely insane. So look at this. This is something I just found. Finandi, complete set of tools for professional digital asset trading. Finandi, try for free for 7 days. Powered by Binance TradingView. Wow, look at this. Get a free subscription to Finandi. Yes,
a
no.
sailor went to CCC to
CCC.
and all that she could see
CCC.
was the bottom of the deep blue
CCC. Yeah, so sweet, baby. Make me laugh, man. Floating orders, futures trading, margin isolated, complex controls of limits, multiple take profits, trailing stop, floating order, display orders on the chart. I like displaying orders on the chart. I like that. I like that the most. Averaging or DCAing, wallet balances, currency pair ticker, stable service, position price including trading fee, trading view signals, margin cross, spot trading. Interesting. I think I may try it for free just to show you guys what goes on and look into it. But Finandi, try it for free. Interesting. $15 a month, paid subscription, Binance Spot Margin Futures, full trading access. Does it have bots as well? Cash back to 100% of the paid fees. What do they mean by that? When you pay trading fees, partially your total sum will be returned to you in Fin tokens, counted by the current exchange rate. Fin token will be extremely linked to all Finandi processes and products. 50% discount for all Finandi paid services, providing to payment with the Fin token. Example of paid services: paid subscription, prop trading, paid versions, and others. Ability to pay trading fees with 50% discount using Fin tokens in case of turning off the mining. Interesting. Now I started staking my YF DAI. Okay, I'm staking something for the first time. You got to get in the handle it. Once you stake, I think you're just like, okay, I get it now. But I want to see what the price of it is today. And we'll see what we're making, how much we made. I'll show you how much I made staking YF DAI. How's that? That's pretty cool. And then we'll probably end the show. So I'm going to show you how I used YF DAI. Okay. Well, I didn't, but what if I were to be using it? Right? You know what I'm saying, guys, right? Because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do something like that. So this is interesting. And it just keeps going up. It's interesting to see money just keep going up. So we're sitting at $2,500, okay? Let me take you through this. Let me take you through what I did. So the first thing I did is I saw this had the small circulating supply in the game, okay? One of the smallest circulating supplies of any coin, any coin. And they burned the supply, up 11% today as well, by the way. Now check it out. I went and took $2,000, right? And I purchased this coin at about 1524, I believe, when I got it. Maybe it was more, 1554. Anyway, 1.22 times 1.22 times 2,000. And they probably took a fee from me, you know. So the price, they're saying the price was about 1,600, but I'm pretty sure it was around 1,500, but whatever. So I guess I got in at 1,600 a coin. You know what? It actually changes too, because the price of Ether changes. How much did you pay for Ether at the moment? Ether was cheaper when I bought it. Ether's now up. There's a lot of different intricacies into that. Now, anyway, you stake, and when you stake, you actually pay a fee immediately, a 1.5% fee and a 0.5% fee. Okay, but you get 7% a month, 6% a month. So you're already getting 5% back, because 4%. So you're gonna make 4% your first month, but you already paid for your unstaking fee, which is 0.5 to unstake. Well, you pay 1.5 to stake, you're gonna pay 0.5 to stake. Okay. Yeah, plus the transaction fee. The transaction fee is tiny though. It's like $3, $3-4. So look, another thing I want to show you though is if you go to claim, right? Look, I'm going to claim. You have to pay to claim. Look, it's trying to get my gas fee. Gas fees are going up today. They were $3 last night. Good to do your transactions at 2, 3 in the morning when less people are asleep, because the gas fee will be lower. It's just it's a good little trick for you guys. So just to claim my YFDI, right? I'm gonna have to pay $6, but I'm only getting about $6 in YFDI. So look, we're sitting at 2,510. We're gonna times that by the stake amount. You get 0.00349, right? And that gives you $8. So I've already made $8.75. Now, if YFDI goes up, let's just say YFDI, it was at $3,800 a coin. It was at $3,300 a coin already. Let's say it goes to 4,000 a coin, right? Now you're making 0.06. You're making $240 a month. I'm just saying. And then that compounds and compounds and compounds, right? Because then the next month, and then my holdings. So check it out. So then I'm going to have $4,000 coin times 1.22. That's $4,080 I'm going to have. And then that next month, I'm going to get 0.06. That's going to be 300, right? And then when I get to 300, that's going to put my stake up to 5,000, right? Now, if this now accumulates, if this goes up to $6,000 a coin times, right, 1.22, I'm going to be sitting on 7K. And then for that month times 0.06, I'm going to start making $400 a month. This, I think, and then I add that to my 7K, I'm at 7,500. The next month, my 0.06 is at 450. If this thing grows to 10K, you get what I'm saying here? 10,000 times 1.22, and just the rest is history. But if it goes to 10K, 1.22, you're sitting on 12K, and then you're starting to make 0.06 a month. $700 a month. You can see how an easy $2,000 investment into this coin could turn into something absolutely absurd. And there's talks of this coin going to $40,000. Now, again, if Bitcoin takes that dump to 14K, this will probably go back to break even. And that's what you're going to have to know. So, Lifer, what does the tether supply say about the future for Bitcoin going up, bro? But plus a transaction fee, $23. Lots of well, the tether supply and the future of Bitcoin. Well, there's going to be more and more stable coins out there every single day. There's going to be more ways to onboard. It looks like you'll be able to onboard your Libra for Bitcoin at one point, right? They'll probably track every piece of that movement. I mean, they're in with the tracking software systems. They're not running a free country for you. Facebook doesn't love you, okay? Doesn't love you. But just to show you too, the initial position that I made of 1.22 DAI, I put in $2,000. Now 2,510 times 1.22, and I've made 50%. I've made $1,000 already off the investment, and it's starting to pay me. Like, come on, man. Like, this is one of the best investments I think I'll ever make. Is there going to be a rug pull? Could you get fleeced? Hey, anything is possible. But it was based off of the idea that this is a more secure software and a more secure vetting process where they actually, make sure that the projects that you're going to get involved with are substantial, have backing, and have security, Okay, we'll take a look at tether dominance. That's what I thought you were asking about. So I was like, I could look at tether dominance, but I thought your question was bigger, kind of a bigger question, Did Link begin to rebound? It's starting to now. But honestly, if we were to invert this, this would be a bull flag that I would say was going to keep going up. And that would be a rounded top that we just had too, which is very bearish, in my opinion. So we flip it back, and that gives us a target back to 1286. Interesting. Yeah, but you're saying, what I was thinking is the history, what if Tether's output, Tether's printed as much as they could? I mean, when does Tether say enough is enough? Right? When does Tether just be like, nah, dude, we hit our market cap? Or does this Tether have no end? And honestly, if Tether has no end, it's similar to the US dollar, right? It's kind of like, wow, this is interesting. We have Tether coming all the way down on the 1 minute, and then we still even have it in a head and shoulder pattern, which is bearish. Really interesting. So it's forming a head and shoulder while it's starting to form down. Let's take a look at it, a regular template you guys see all the time, my Stokes CBC template. So if you can see, we're down here in the dumps. We're getting oversold. We look at the 4 hour. We're extremely oversold. It looks like Tether wants to come back. So this is a good point too you made. Starting to kind of form a falling wedge. Now, if Tether makes a move back, it's going to hurt Bitcoin. So the Stokes are low. 4 hour looks like it wants to rip. The daily actually, though, says, you know what? There could be more downside. And we're at the top of the pattern. So it looks like we could keep coming down. So it looks like Tether dominance is just going to continue falling as people run into more. Bitcoin's going to become the store of value. During a bull run, Bitcoin becomes the main store of value. Like I told you, I'll soon be trading in Bitcoin pairs. Once Bitcoin goes down this one last time, I'll flip into Bitcoin, and that will be it. That'll be it. That'll be the last time I probably make USDT pairs, because there's no reason to be in the USDT, because then you're going to start losing money all the time. Like Bitcoin's going to hit 30K, 20, and you're just going to be like, why am I in USDT as my reserve currency, even when I'm trading? And trust me, at first it's going to be tough. You're going to make some trades, then Bitcoin's going to go down. You're going to see yourself at break even. But then a week from then, when Bitcoin pumps up, you're going to be happy you made all those moves, and those altcoins do accumulate more Bitcoin. And over time, the count just starts rolling. I'm just telling you, you keep doing what I'm telling you to do, the account's just going to keep rolling. We're going to make a lot of money in this bull run. It's going to happen. I've already made some amazing buys. I put $4,000 on Cardano at 8 cents. That's already doubled my money, okay? I've put well over $5,000 to $6,000 in XRP below 30 cents. That's well over doubled my money. I dollar cost average into Bitcoin through the entire bear market. I bought a whole Bitcoin probably under $5,000 numerous times. No, I definitely did. I bought a whole Bitcoin under 4,000 actually, because I have a transaction of a Bitcoin that I bought 0.68 for $3,800. So I paid $2,500 for half a Bitcoin. $2,500 for half a Bitcoin is a steal, right? Right now, that half a Bitcoin is worth well over $8,000. So 8.5. So I turned 2,500 into 8.500 into 8,500. So basically more than a 300x. So in the last few months, in the last few years, I've done very well in cryptocurrency. Now I'm FOMOing for the right coins at the right time. Okay. So we're seeing coins taking a little bit of DOT's actually starting to form a little bit of a flag. So DOT's looking bullish. You remember DOT has its own ecosystem, and it tends to kind of do its own thing. There's a few times where I've seen Bitcoin really dumping on alts, and DOT's just like, yeah, I'm going to hold the bottom of my trend line right now. I'm really not going to be doing what the rest of these alts are doing. DOT went all the way 490, but let's see the high for DOT. Because Because at that point, I thought it was over. Like, that whole run got me scared. It was good that we saw that run because it made me realize, you know what? What coins do I really want? 610 for DOT. I didn't think we were going to get down to a $5 DOT ever again. And look at IC for DOT now, too. We see a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder forming. That could be a head and shoulder pattern as well. Interesting. Again, I saw this big up on one side, big up on another side. That could be a fractal. Look, up, another up, and then we went down. So up, another up, and then we kind of squiggle to the side. But I just think, too, anything below $5 is great for DOT. If you can get DOT under $5, that's like, I look at a number and I look at a coin and I see a number that comes up a lot that it fights with. And I look at how much it can go up and I give my idea. Like right now, I don't want to pay more than 2 cents for VeChain, and I don't want to pay more than 0.06 for IOST. I don't. I want IOST below 0.06. If I wanted it below 0.05, honestly, I wanted my average to be half a penny on IOST. So sitting here at 5.8, 5.9 now, starting to pump. So IOST doing really well. It's one of my favorite coins, man, and I feel it's going to be huge for DeFi. In the next few months, we have a lot of news coming out for many, many coins. December 31st, we have like mainnets for like literally like 50 coins. Let me break it down for you real quick into the Telegram, and I'm going to give you in my group. If you're new to the channel, shout out. Thank you so much for coming into the video. Okay. So check it out. Go into my Bitcoin trading group, which is awesome, right? Forwarded 8,456 Bitcoin transferred from unknown to Coinbase. Whale alerts. Is someone getting ready to unload? So someone has just transferred $88.8 million worth of Bitcoin to Coinbase. Usually that means they're going to sell it. So just whale alert. Also, I go to whale alert here and I follow them. Whale bot wrecked. You see this? This is a great place to follow. And now we're going to see what's going on in the Bitcoin. Liquidated long on Bitcoin at 17,006. Sell. Wow. So they went in at 7.7 and put a stop loss at 7.6. Liquidated long on Bitcoin at 17,006 at 12.09. Liquidated short on Bitcoin at 17.9. So he went in thinking he would go down, and it came back up. Liquidated short on ETH futures. Wow. They had to get it out at 5.55. That was this morning. $1.7 million on OKX. Liquidated short on Binance at 7.74. Wow. So these guys started shorting Bitcoin at like 17,000. And they all figured they had it nailed. So in my opinion, you have to remember too, the bullishness could be just the shorters getting taken out. So they keep shorting and they keep getting liquidated. When they liquidate, they're buying Bitcoin. They become the buyers. You need shorters for Bitcoin to go up, because what happens is they get liquidated and they actually become the ones buying it. This is so funny. The guy who thought he was going to make money on the low ends up being the person who propels the price higher. Isn't that amazing? I find that like fascinating. Anyway, so I feel like we're still in this range and we're in it until we're out of it. And then again, I make two ranges all the time because I always see two ranges. There's always two ranges. There's always a battle between the two entities, right? So we got this range. Then we even have, then we had this range that broke. Right? And then we also have this price range now. Like so. Tells me that in this range, up, down, up, price has to come down. Up, down, up, price has to come down. Now it comes down, and then it could keep, if it falls. So we're going to watch this level. We're going to watch this level. So you can see basically what channel does Bitcoin want to be in. It's now in this basically this cool little diamond pattern. It's kind of actually, it could form a diamond, which is interesting. But, yeah. Now we see moving averages crossing the 200. We see that. 50 just crossed and it curved up. But until it curves back, we don't know what's going to occur. 21 is curving down now. That's also bearish signs. These are bearish signs when the 21 curves down. Okay, here like that. We need to see it bounce away. Now here it bounced away. That was bullish. Bounced away bullish. But now it's crossed the 50. And now it's crossed the 80. And now it's crossed the 100. If the 21-day moving average comes and crosses the 200, we're going to be in for some pain. You can see the 4-hour Stokes are high too, meaning that they want to curl back down. We do usually get a double bottom, so the chance we get a double bottom in Bitcoin pumps. Or we could be something like this. See how we had a very small momentum for Bitcoin and the Stokes took us down? Very small amount of momentum for Bitcoin, the Stokes took us down. Here we fell from 18,085 all the way back down to 12,000. Or no, sorry, 13,800 back down to 12,007. So that's $1,000 move on 1,300, 10% loss. So the Stokes here could give us a 10% loss. That's 17,000, right? That would be a $1,700 drop, right? Which would bring us right down into 5K, which kind of hit this level too. And we'd also hit the 200-day moving average yet again. We did bounce off of it here. Very important that we hold that region. So I'm still in between, man. I'm still in between. You're seeing a lot of people getting wrecked on both sides. Look at this. Liquidated short on ETH futures, 1:05 p.m. That was a second ago. Liquidated long on Bitcoin, 17.6. Sell. Interesting. Interesting. Stokes starting to curve, giving us a sign, right? Stokes are more a better indicator than the MACD. MACD is latent. Price will start to come, then the MACD will react to that. The daily's still in a downtrend, right? This could be this could curve back down. This little curve up on the RSI is telling me something, and this curve on the low on the Stokes is kind of scaring me, making me think that Bitcoin's gonna rip when the Stokes are that low. But again, look, can the price go down when the Stokes are low? Stokes are low here, price went up. Stokes are low here, price kind of did go down. Look, we went up a little bit, but price was on a downtrend while the Stokes were kind of doing this stuff. Then we went up. Interesting, but we are low on the daily. When the Stokes are that low, it's a good sign. Flat out good sign. Like right here, we went up. Could be on our way up again. Getting so many mixed signals. So many. So many. But one good key insight I'm giving you guys here is this. I think at the very least, what I can tell you is going to happen in the immediate short term is we're going to come back down to about 16,600. From there, I don't know what happens, but I'm calling this that either we break out of this channel here and we go all the way back up to 18K, or we break down. So in the next like 4 or 5 hours, we're going to know what Bitcoin wants to do. You know, 1 hour wants to curl again. We had one here, didn't happen. We had two here. We had 3 time is a charm. Getting oversold here on the RSI, overbought on the RSI, and the Stokes want to turn down. So the 1 hour is saying we will come back. Now that could turn into this 4 hour just having a down and still going up, right? We'll see. Getting mixed signals. The 1 hour telling you're in a dump, the 4 hour telling you're in a good place. The daily saying that we may kind of rebound, and the 3 day saying that we're down and going into a downtrend. So if I stick with the 3 day, which is a longer, way more weighted average, gives us far more information, Bitcoin should be going down, flat out. That's it. But does it always do what it's supposed to do? No, it doesn't. So, okay, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you're having a good day with your family, friends, anyone on this weekend, kind of Thanksgiving weekend, and I hope everything's going well. I like to see what Javon James says. He usually is a realist.
I'm seeing a lot of twos. All right, we look at Polkadot.
He's doing just what I'm doing, just trying to figure out the market.
Algorand. All right, we look at Algorand after we look at Polkadot. Appreciate that, Jordy. ETH.
I'm way quicker.
Yeah. Should have just waited. I mean, I waited. I'm glad I didn't FOMO into this.
Me too.
Maybe buy it down here for a trade, but it can't. You gotta wait till it gets above here. Well, I do. If I'm gonna get polka dot for a long time, if I'm gonna get polka dot for a long time, I want to wait until it breaks this trend.
Yep.
And then it still might have a long way to go because it might break this and then get rejected at this.
He's such a realist.
It's got a lot of resistance. Man. But yeah, this could be one that goes, over the next in 2021. So I do want to get some dot, and I am watching it.
Yep.
Some of the other stuff is just taking off already, but man, it's thousands of cryptos. It's thousands of them. You don't have to be in every one. You don't have to chase pumps. You can wait for something like that to start to turn around. So maybe it might be a good buy. I have some. But yeah, it's hard for me to give up my Bitcoin. Man. So breaking this W here, it's looking really good. And like I said, these two moving averages right here are what the moving averages would be on a higher time frame. So I can't figure out what it would be for 0.2% on the Bitcoins, up to $17,679, down 5% for the week. But we're having. All right, I'll check out Unify. Let me get through the market. Appreciate the 5, Ray.
Let me get through the market.
So we had a nice swing high right here. Boom. It's looking good, coming into some resistance. Now this 290 moving average, that's basically our 13 moving average. So what I went ahead and did, which is pretty dope, is I went ahead and did the calculations for what the moving averages, the 1334 moving averages are on the daily charts. So we'll see that price is right in between the 1334 on the daily chart with these two new moving averages. So that way I can be on an hourly chart or a weekly chart or whatever chart and see how precise we are, how precise we need to be to get back above that.
See what he's doing, because the 21-day moving average, right? That is the same. So on the 1 day, the 21-day moving average is 21 days. That's the same as the 2 day and doing a 10-day moving average, right? Or a 41-day moving average. You see what I'm saying? Like, so, if you double the time frame, then you have to times the amount of the exponential moving average. So if he's the 34, he's on the daily, but he used the 34 and the 15, then he has to basically take the hours in a day, divide it by 15, and then times that by the moving average. We still
have to get back above this blue line right here. If we get above there, it'll be turning around nicely, but it's still got some resistance. Let's see if it can hold this 17,431.
He's not the best technical analysis, but he has his own system that works, and I've watched him for years, so I like to use him as a parameter, as an oscillator, and I actually value his opinion. So shout out to Javon James doing his thing out there in the cryptoverse. Just looking at that weekly too. The weekly says we need a pullback at one point. Just crazy, man. I wanted the big pullback right now so we could have a nice pullback. I don't like that they're kind of playing games with this pullback. Bring us to 16, bring us back to 17, 16, 17. It's kind of just like, dude, what a game. What a game. I also follow Jacob Canfield. He had a good point. He was one of my mentors that taught me almost everything I know. My goal to be as good of a trader as he is. He's unreal. The guy is unreal. Had some issues recently with. But anyway, this is my man, Jacob Canfield, okay? And look, I kind of wish Vitaly to tweet about Bitcoin positively. Bitcoin is cool. Look, Vitaly. But are you leaving Ethereum now? You mad, bro? Got him. I only watched the second movie. I kind of wish Vitaly to tweet more about Tron positively. I only watched the second movie. It was okay. I heard great things about the first, though, and look forward to seeing it at some point. That's a good burn. My Shibos did not deserve such a good answer from you. That's funny. I stayed in one a decade ago. Kind of wish Italic tweets more about BNB. I stayed in one a decade ago. It was a good experience, though I can see why the style is out of fashion lately. People want to be able to choose their lodgings and their food separately. That's funny, man. He refuses. You got to laugh at that. Did you get what you wanted? So he gives you the sign, and he goes, what you want is not always what you get, myself included. The markets have a way of effing over the most participants and leaving you behind without getting your bids filled where you want them. So he's saying, like, what everyone wanted in the last run here, what we got. You know, like we went to, what everyone wanted was down here. You know, what we got. You know, and we kind of wicked down into the 16s, so we were there, but this is what we got. You know, like, we were supposed to come in lower, but right now we're fighting this trend line. You know, he's got the same kind of line I got drawn, you know, the same kind of falling wedge area. So shout out to Jacob Canefield. Hope everything's going well for you, buddy. Hope you're doing good. Thought he would have another post. Usually he posts a little more about Bitcoin, you know. Anyway. All right, my friends. That will be it for Saturday. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to my channel, then you're already doing the right thing, guys. You do. You are. You're following your heart. You're following your soul. You're looking for knowledge. You came to a place with some good knowledge. So thank you guys so much. Comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Go to the link below. You'll see I have links to many different things, including my Telegram group, which is amazing, or this channel merch. Look at this awesome merch, Crypto Lifer merch. If you want to have a little guy on a rocket ship on your shirt going to the moon, let me know. And shout out, it is Small Business Saturday. So it'll be really cool if you follow me. This is my business. Buy some merch today. Let me show you the merch store before I run out. I get that one chance to show you guys my merch store. So we go over to the merch store. Look at the video. Hit the live video. Okay. Chance to show you guys my merch store. The merch is great. I think the merch is really cool. I spent a lot of time doing the merch too. So here's channel merch. Boom. It's right there in the description. We couldn't find the page you were looking for. What? Well, here it is right here. Crypto Lifer apparel. So weird. They're going to tell me on Small Business Saturday that they're not going to get my site up and running. This is so ridiculous. Anyway, now I'm going to change that link because I don't understand why that link didn't work. That is the link. That was weird. Anyway, here, I'll put it in here. Channel merch. Right here. Boom. Save. I don't know what was going on with that. Now we'll go back. So if you want channel merch, check it out. Hit right here. Boom. Channel merch. And here you go. So we got all sorts of stuff. It starts with the fanny pack. Not sure why. We have tote bags. Really cool hoodie. I love this hoodie. This gray hoodie. Nice color. High quality. Everything coming out of here is high quality. High quality. You even have your mask, facial coverings. This shirt is super cool. Crypto Lifer on the side. This is a t-shirt made of like a cool vinyl. The back kind of goes sideways. You see Crypto Lifer on the sleeve and kind of going through the side. Thought it was a pretty cool, interesting shirt. Then we have blue ones too. Crypto is life. Little thing on the front. Little thing on the back. This is my favorite one. Banks are for robbing. Nice big hoodie. Big Crypto Lifer in the front and the back. Just kind of representing. And then we got mugs. We even have phone covers for the iPhone, for the Galaxy. T-shirts. This is just a plain T-shirt. Nice little Crypto is life. And yeah, just tons of little fun stuff here. Satoshi Lover right here. Satoshi Lover. Crypto Lifer. Nice gray shirt. I don't know. Cool design. So let me guys know, man. It's Small Business Saturday. Throw me some channel merch buys. That'd be awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Be blessed. And I'll see you tomorrow, 9:30 on Sunday. Peace.